Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Hokage Naruto find 4th Hokage clan legacy. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Dark Soul 16 and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. The 3rd Hokage stood in his office overlooking the village of Konoha. It was a beautiful spring morning. The sun was just beginning to creep over the horizon, giving off a beautiful golden glow to the sky. The villagers had already awoke and had begun to go about their daily routines. Shop owners were going through their wares and preparing for what they hoped would be a busy day of sales, and the Leaf Shinobi were preparing for a day of missions and training. Sarutobi himself was a little worried about what today would bring, because today was the day one Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze would return from his 7-year training trip with his father's mercenaries. He didn't know what to expect, or when to expect them to get there. He had given word to the guards stationed at the gates to notify him as soon as they stepped foot behind the walls of Konoha. Today is also the day of the academy graduation. What a coincidence. I hope Naruto doesn't react too badly to what I'm going to ask him and his group to do, Sarutobi thought with a sigh as he sat down in his chair. A lone figure could be seen making his way towards the gates of Konoha. He was about 5 feet 6 inches. He had golden blonde hair with blue cerulean eyes. He was wearing normal black cargo pants and a white muscle shirt over top of a mesh armor t-shirt. He had black plated arm guards that had 3 slots for extendable blades that could be used as claws for close-range combat, think of Wolverine, and a tattered orange mask covering the lower half of his face. Across his back were 2 beautiful katanas. One was blood red with the kanji for fox written along the scabbard. The hilt of the weapon was also blood red but was in the shape of a fox's head, with 9 red tails used as the guard. The other was solid white. It had an intricate carving of a dragon that spiraled up the scabbard, stopping where it met the pommel of the blade and came out in the shape of a dragon's head as the hilt. Naruto had few fond memories of this place he would soon be calling a home. He only had a few people he felt that he could trust, one being the 3rd Hokage who was more of a grandfather figure to him, the people who owned Ichikaru's ramen stand, and a young girl with blue hair and white eyes who he considered his only friend. He sighed as the guards at the gate questioned him about what he wanted inside Konoha. After answering their questions he started walking towards the Hokage's tower. Sarutobi had just finished signing another stack of paperwork when a knock sounded at his door drawing and his secretary stepped in telling him he had a visitor. He motioned for the secretary to let them in, and was quite surprised when the subject of his worries walked through the door. "Hey old man, long times no see," Naruto said with a fox-like grin. "Naruto, is that you? I wasn't expecting you till later. Where is everyone else?" Sarutobi asked, a little worried because his plan required the entire group to be present. "I came ahead of the rest. I was hoping to be able to watch the academy graduation and see where my skills are compared with the kids from the academy," Naruto explained, earning a nod from the old Hokage. "You don't feel that you need to take the test, Naruto? Such arrogance could lead to death in our line of work," Sarutobi said with a smirk, knowing full well the blonde was way above genin level. "Not arrogance, old man, just the truth. Now if you would excuse me, I would like to leave before I miss the graduation," Naruto said as he started to walk towards the door. "Wait, Naruto, take this to the instructor. His name is Iruka. It will explain to him that you are allowed to watch but are not required to take part, unless you feel like it," Sarutobi explained as he wrote something on a piece of paper before folding it and handing it to Naruto. "Thanks, old man. I'll come by later and we can catch up. The others should be here in a few more hours," Naruto said. "Alright Naruto, I have something I would like to discuss with you and your group later anyways," Sarutobi said, earning a nod from Naruto before he disappeared through the door. Naruto arrived at the academy just in time to catch the teachers making their way inside after talking amongst themselves. Naruto quickly ran to them and after finding out what room was Iruka's made his way there. Naruto knocked on the door and waited a few moments before entering the room. The room that was previously bustling with the sound of talking became deathly quiet. All of the students had their eyes on the newcomer. Naruto surveyed the classroom, picking out a few people who he would watch. The last Uchiha and Itachi-sensei's little brother, an Inuzuka, Aburame, Nara, a Kimichi, a Yamanaka, and a Hyuga. Naruto smiled behind his mask, instantly recognizing the Hyuga girl as his friend from a long time ago. He would have to talk with her once he got the time. All of the girls except for a pink-haired one had the same thought as they took the newcomer in. Hot. A few even got slight nosebleeds, while a few of the males in the class scowled at the newcomer, one being the Inuzuka who believed he should be getting the girls' attention, and the Uchiha who was thinking about revenge. "Hello, is this Iruka's room?" Naruto asked, looking at the teacher. "Yes, my name is Iruka. I'm the Chunin teacher of this class. And who are you?" Iruka asked, looking the blonde over. Obviously this kid was no mere genin. Naruto walked over, a slight smirk under his mask as he watched Iruka tense up a little, and handed him the note from the Hokage. Iruka took the note and read through it, eyes widening with each sentence. He put the note down and bowed slightly, shocking everyone in the class. "My apologies, Namikaze-sama, I had no idea who you were, but yes, I will allow you to stay and watch the tests. You may participate in the sparring session if you seem fit to do so," Iruka said as he straightened himself up. "Please, just Naruto is fine. I do not want such respect just because of who my father was. Where would you like me to sit?" Naruto asked, hoping he could take a seat among the students, mostly one though. Alright Naruto, sorry I didn't know there were any of your clan left. And well, I could run and grab another chair and you could sit up here with me or take a seat at the back beside Hinata. Iruka said, pointing to the young Hyuga heiress. I'll sit at the back, I wouldn't want you to go through the trouble of getting me a chair, Naruto said with a smirk as he disappeared in a gust of wind and reappeared right beside Hinata, shocking everyone in the room. Would you mind if I sat here, Hinata-chan? Naruto asked, earning a slight blush from the girl. Hinata just nodded her head, not quite trusting herself to speak at the moment. Iruka sighed as he looked about the room, noticing the questioning looks from most of the students. Sensing the impending question, he looked at Naruto and asked, Would you mind telling us a little about yourself, Naruto? Not a lot of students know about your lineage, hell even I don't know much about it. Yes sure, but some things will remain a secret, SS rank punishable by death sorta stuff, know what I mean? Naruto asked more as a joke than a legitimate question, earning a sweat drop from Iruka. Well Iruka-sensei, as you know my name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. My mother's name was Kushina Uzumaki. She was a Jounin-level shinobi said to have rivaled Tsunade the Sannin in strength. She was originally from Whirlpool and was brought to Konoha by the first Hokage's wife for reasons that are supposed to remain a secret. I'm sure you're aware of that, Naruto said, making Iruka nod in understanding. Not many people knew my father personally. He was respected greatly for his exploits during the last Shinobi War. He was a master in the art of sealing jutsu. He was trained by Jiraiya the Toad Sannin, and trained the prodigy Kakashi Hatake. His name was Minato Namikaze. But you should all know him as the fourth Hokage, the youngest person to ever achieve that level, Naruto said, earning shocked looks from all in attendance. The fact that the fourth Hokage was seeing someone was kept a very close secret. But there are no records of the fourth Hokage having a son, or at least having a wife. Someone asked, earning a few nods from around the room, a few even going so far as to call Naruto a liar. Well, as you know, the fourth Hokage had a lot of enemies in IWA due to his actions during the war. If word was to get out that he had a wife and baby, that would give the enemies an alternative way to get revenge. They were going to make their marriage public after my birth, but due to circumstances during the attack of the Kyuubi they both died. Naruto said solemnly, if that's true, why have I never seen you in the village? If you're really the fourth Hokage's son, you should have been held in high prestige. Another student said, that's where the part of village secret comes into my story. Certain circumstances surrounding my birth made it a SS class secret. My father was a very influential man and had a mercenary group of high-level shinobi from around the world. They took me from the village 6 years ago and trained me until I was at a level that they desired from their leader, and while I am far from being the strongest among the group, I have earned their respect and are loyal to me over anyone. Naruto said, well, why are you here then? If you're at the level that you claim to be, why would you need to take the academy test? A girl with long blonde hair asked. I'm not here to take the test, Ms. Yamanaka. I'm here to observe where my skills are compared to yours. Although I might want to spar the Rookie of the Year at the end of the day, see how well the academy curriculum is and all that. Naruto said lazily. Now enough questions, I'll answer more when I get to know all of you better. I think it's time to begin the test. Naruto said, then turning to Hinata added, good luck Hinata-chan, we have to catch up later when all this is over. Earning a slight blush and smile from the girl before she nodded. Going to skip the tests, just use the ones from canon for reference other than Naruto of course. Few hours later, training grounds. Alright class, separate into 2 groups, boys and girls, and we will get the sparring matches out of the way. Iruka said as he watched his students separate into 2 groups. Naruto went and stood next to Hinata, as he wasn't technically going to participate, and wished her good luck in her matches. Needless to say, Naruto wasn't too impressed by anyone at the academy. He was proud of his friend Hinata when she won the Kunoichi side and offered to take her to lunch to celebrate. But the male side was a different story. Most didn't seem to have good taijutsu training, and the few that did let their emotions control them too much, and in turn made them sloppy. The Uchiha, he had to admit, was good compared to the rest, assuming the level of training the academy put out, but was still far below him. Naruto was making his way towards Hinata again so they could arrange their lunch when Sasuke stepped in his way. Fight me, Dobe. I'll put you and your clan in their place beneath the mighty Uchiha, Sasuke said with an arrogant smirk. I've seen enough of your skill to know that you are far below me. It seems that the academy has only taught the basics, and while I admit that you are better than most at the academy, I do not wish to waste my time fighting you, Naruto said, waving Sasuke off as he stepped around him. Don't talk to Sasuke-kun like that. He is far above your worthless self. Screamed a pink-haired girl that Naruto recognized as Sakura Haruno from watching her fight with Hinata. A fangirl, how cute. Naruto said, if you keep up with that attitude and don't step up your obvious lack of training, you will die your first mission out of the village. Naruto finished, sending her an icy glare. Humph, I wonder if your father was this much of a coward. No one can surpass the Uchiha, Sasuke said before he found himself flying across the training ground. You can talk about me all you want, you fucking prick. I don't care who you are or what Itachi-sensei wants from you, but if you ever disrespect my parents again, I'll kill you without hesitation, Naruto said as he slowly walked towards the downed Uchiha. How dare you speak of my brother? He is a traitor to Konoha and the Uchiha clan, Sasuke screamed as he picked himself up off the ground and charged back at Naruto. You're pathetic. I don't see whatever Itachi saw in you, but as a close friend I will not kill you. With that arrogance of yours I bet even that pink-haired bitch could cut you down. As for Itachi-sensei, I know more about him than you do. Matter of fact, he is one of the people under my command," Naruto said as he effortlessly dodged the wild punches Sasuke was throwing at him. By now the crowd was so involved with what was happening in front of them they didn't notice the group of people who had entered the training grounds. "Itachi-san, don't you think you should step in and help your little brother? He is no match for Naruto, and you know it," one of the figures said. "After watching Sasuke, I believe it would be best for him to be taught a lesson in humiliation. Maybe it would help with that arrogant attitude of his. Don't you agree, Zabuza?" Itachi asked. "Yeah, it would be good, but the brat was right about his arrogance. The kid has some skill, but that attitude is what is going to get him killed," Zabuza said. "Only Naruto-kun would get into a fight after only being in a village for a few hours," a young feminine voice said with a bit of a giggle. "Yeah, Haku, that brat has a reputation of starting a shitshow wherever he goes," Zabuza said, amusement evident in his voice. "Back with Naruto. It seems like a few of the others have arrived. It looks like it's time to stop playing around. Naruto though before getting into an offensive stance. Sorry team, but it's time I end this. I have more important things to do than waste my time here with you," Naruto said as he went on the offensive. The students had never seen such speed. One moment Naruto was across the training grounds from Sasuke and the next he had his fist buried in Sasuke's gut. Following the punch, Naruto sent a side kick to Sasuke's face, sending him into the air before jumping after him and sending an axe kick which sent the Uchiha into the ground, creating a small crater from the impact, effectively knocking him out. "That was boring, you guys can come out now," Naruto said, making everyone wonder who he was talking to before three figures appeared behind Naruto. "Naruto-kun, did you really have to play with him that much? You could have easily knocked him out in one hit and humiliated him even more," Haku said, giving him a playful hit on the arm. "I wanted to humiliate him, not completely destroy his ego. Give me some slack, it's not like I wanted to fight him at all, he pushed it on himself," Naruto replied, earning a nod from all three. "And Naruto, how do you know these people? 2 are in the bingo book, one's R rank and the other is SR ranked," a fearful Iruka asked, shocking all the students as they slowly started to back away. "Easy everyone, these 3 are Itachi-sensei, Zabuza-sensei, and Haku-chan. They are all part of my father's group and helped train me," Naruto said as he pointed to each person respectfully. "And yes, while 2 are high-ranked missing ninjas, as long as I'm in Konoha you have nothing to fear. Well, unless you've hurt Naruto-kun in any way," Haku said as she wrapped her arms around Naruto from behind, earning a glare from Hinata and a few other girls. "Hey brat, what do you think you're doing with Haku?" Zabuza asked as he slowly walked towards Naruto. And nothing, Zabuza-sensei. I think it's TT time we go see the old man though," Naruto stammered before he took off towards the Hokage tower, leaving a chuckling Zabuza and Itachi and an upset Haku. "Zabuza, did you really have to do that to him? I can't believe after all this time you can still scare him like that," Haku said, a little annoyed. "It's fun to watch the brat squirm, and he has to know if he hurts you I'll kill him, regardless of who his father was," Zabuza said, earning a glare from Haku as she too started walking towards the Hokage tower. Hokage's tower. Sarutobi was sitting behind his desk with a little orange book in his hand, giggling perversely, when a knock came at his door. "Enter," the Sarutobi said as he put his book back in his desk and straightening himself in his chair. He raised an eyebrow when he noticed Naruto walking in looking a little roughed up, but chopped it up to arrogant academy students. He then noticed a second figure enter the room, a young girl probably around Naruto's age, brown hair that went just past her shoulders, wearing a blue and black battle kimono. She had standard ANBU leg and arm bracers and a beautiful blue katana strapped diagonally across her back. The next 2 people who entered the Hokage recognized as Zabuza Momoichi and Itachi Uchiha. The Hokage turned a questioning gaze to Naruto when no one else entered the room. He had figured there would be more. The others got caught up in something else. They won't be here for a few more days. "But you said that you had something you needed me to talk about that concerns them?" Naruto asked, getting a slight sigh and a nod from the old man. "Indeed I do, Naruto. It has come to my attention through one of my students' spy networks that, quite recently, there has been a large number of smaller villages being destroyed with no traces of who is responsible," Sarutobi said in a somber tone. That is rather unusual. Most of the time there are some traces when someone attacks a village, which would mean that we are not dealing with another shinobi village. Most likely just a rouge group of powerful ninja, very powerful. But then again, why would a group of ninja be randomly destroying smaller villages leaving nothing behind? Itachi asked. "We are not sure what they are after. Our spy network is still working on the finer details. With so little evidence it is hard. But that is where you guys come in. I would like for your group to spread out among the elemental nations and keep an eye out for the group or any information there might be on them. I would recommend groups of 2 based on the fact little information is known about this group and their intentions," Sarutobi said as he handed Naruto a mission scroll. "This will obviously be ranked as a long-term S-ranked assignment. You will each be individually paid at the end of each month during the duration of the mission. To be completely honest with you, Naruto, I believe that your group are the only ones capable of this mission at the moment. I don't have the spare shinobi to send on a long-term mission, and with your group's battle experience I would feel a lot safer sending you out," Sarutobi said. Naruto noticed the graveness of the situation, and the almost pleading look in the old man's eyes, but he couldn't just send his group, no family, out on a mission that could be this dangerous without consulting with them first. What do you think about this, Itachi Zabuza? Naruto asked as he turned to face his two companions. It's a dangerous mission for sure. I have no doubt that this is a powerful group, not just some group that is getting lucky by not leaving evidence. On the contrary, I do agree with what Hokage-sama is saying. The village only has a few ninja of high enough level to deal with a mission like this. Anyone else who gets sent probably would never be seen again. I will agree to this mission, not only to protect the village who your father and mother loved, but the village that I love as well, Itachi said, earning a smile from both Naruto and Sarutobi. I'm not from this village originally, brat, but me and Haku have come to call this place home. And with Kiri, Miss Village, being one of the smaller villages, they could be targeted as well. I still have friends there, and as an old member of the Seven Swordsmen I feel that on my honor I need to protect my village, and my home. Zabuza said, besides I'll need to take this group out before they get to you, brat. Haku would kill me if anything happened to you, Zabuza added with a smirk, earning a glare from Haku and a nervous chuckle from Naruto. Haku could be very scary when Naruto if someone threatened Naruto. Yeah, well anyways I'll send word to the others in the group, see what they think, you will have your answer by the end of the week, old man. Naruto said, then whistled. A few seconds later a hawk flew in through the open window and landed on Naruto's shoulder. Naruto took out a small scroll and wrote a few things on it before giving it to the hawk and sending it off. Hey, you never asked my opinion! Haki yelled, glaring at Naruto, which earned a smirk from Zabuza and a nervous chuckle from Naruto. Well, technically you are not part of the mercenary aspect, Naruto said nervously. What's that supposed to mean, Naruto-kun? Haka said dangerously as she started to slowly walk towards Naruto, forming ice Senbon in her hands. It meant that you're too important to me to send you out on such a dangerous mission, so you will be staying here with me, Naruto said quickly, hoping to stop the wrath of his female companion. Haku stopped mid-stride, trying to comprehend what the blonde just said, face earning a nice shade of red. She was brought out of her stupor when Zabuza made a whip sound and laughed at his leader's explanation and Haku's blush. His laugh soon turned into a scream of pain as he was hit with Senbon in various joints and nerve ends, earning a chuckle from everyone present. Oh, is the big brave Naruto finally saying that he likes me? Haku asked teasingly. Do I die if I say no? Naruto asked nervously. Yes, but if you say yes and lie to me you will also die, Haku said with a small smile, making the rest of the men in the room nervous at how calm she was. Naruto started, but was silenced when Haku put a finger on his lips. I like a fancy dinner then a walk through the park under the stars, make sure to dress nice handsome, Haku said playfully as she walked back to her previous spot, adding a little extra sway to her hips. Right, 7 sound good? Naruto asked with a slight blush. Sure, Haku said happily. Ahem, if you two are done flirting we have other issues to discuss. And seemingly as Naruto already offered you to stay with him it concerns both of you as you will both become ninja of Konoha, Sarutobi said. What rank do you believe they both are, Itachi Zabuza? The old man asked. Well, in terms of power I would say low to mid jounin level, which could earn them ranks of special jounin, but they lack the experience to lead missions. I would suggest giving them chunin ranks for now, then if they prove themselves to be capable leaders move them up to jounin or special jounin, Itachi said, earning an OD of agreement from Zabuza. If I may also add, Hokage-sama, I would like Naruto paired with my little brother Sasuke. Ever since Obito killed the rest of the clan he has been getting more and more hell-bent on revenge. If some outside source was to offer him power I have no doubt he would leave to take it. Alright Itachi, I will accept your request. Naruto will be on Team 7 with Sasuke, Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. Be at the academy at 9 tomorrow morning for team placement, Sarutobi said. Hokage-sama, Haku started, I was wondering if you could place me on a team with Naruto. We have been training together for years and we work well together. I am also a capable medic nin, and could help when the other two get hurt due to Naruto's condition. He heals rather fast, Haku said. Well, there have never been any 4-man squads before, but I'll bring it up with the Ninja Council and we will have an answer for you later today or tomorrow morning. On the subject of your condition, Naruto, how is it doing? Sarutobi asked. Well, she is doing fine. We talked things out and came to an agreement. I can use her chakra when I need to and she has access to my sense of smell, taste and sight. I'm working on a way to give her a physical body, even if it would only be for a limited amount of time, Naruto said. Good, Guayat. Sarutobi yelled, the fox is a girl. And you're working on a way to give her a physical body. Are you crazy? No need to yell, old man, I'm right here, and yeah I am, they had me tested, Naruto said with a smirk, causing the other 3 to sweat drop. I don't even want to know anymore, I just hope you know what you're doing, Naruto, Sarutobi said with a sigh. I do, don't worry, she isn't as bad as you think she is. She has her reasons for attacking Konoha 12 years ago, and she is sorry for what she did, Naruto explained. Now if that's everything I think I'd like to leave. I have lunch planned and can't be late. The old Hokage just nodded and the 4 left the room. I hope everything works out, things are sure going to get crazy around here soon. The council will be in an uproar over Naruto coming back, not only because of him being the last Namikaze but also because of the Kyuubi. They will probably enable the CRA and try to force him into marriages. I'm getting too old for this shit, Sarutobi thought as he watched the four leave from his window. Returning to his desk, he pulled out his little orange book and started to read. Things were definitely going to get interesting. Chapter 2, Dates and Council Meetings. Naruto let out a sigh as he exited the shower at the hotel he was staying at. The Sandaime said that he would receive his father's property after the team placements tomorrow, so he, Haku, Zabuza, and Itachi all had rooms at one of the high-class hotels spread across Konoha. Drying himself off, he made his way into the kitchen looking for something to drink while he thought about what he wanted to do for his date tonight. He would admit he had feelings for Haku. He would be stupid not to. She was a beautiful kunoichi who was not only someone who he could trust his life with, she had a softer side to that she let out when they were together. They would often be together when they weren't training over the years and became very close a while before they returned to Konoha. Deciding to wear black dress pants with a dark blue collared shirt that brought out his eyes, he made his way out of the hotel to find a gift shop. He wanted to make tonight right, believe it! Ino was currently sitting at the front counter at her family's flower shop contemplating everything that had happened today. She had always thought Sasuke was the strongest person alive. Every girl in their academy class did. But she also knew he was an arrogant jackass. She had lost her friend Sakura because of their childish rivalry to earn the Uchiha's heart. But after watching him get so easily beaten by someone who had real-life experience, it was unnerving for her. She heard the words Naruto had spoken to Sakura, and she wondered if she was the same. She was brought out of her thoughts when she heard the door open and the person who caused her confusion walked in. Hey, Ino, right? Naruto asked. That's me. Welcome to my family's flower shop. Looking for anything specific? Ino asked. Yeah, I need a bouquet of red roses, Naruto said. How original, right? I looked but couldn't find anything better. Ino was a little shocked that the blonde in front of her was purchasing flowers. She knew because of his lineage that there would be girls who wanted to get with him because of his family, but she didn't imagine he would already be having a date. He had only been in town for a day, either he worked really fast or he had a few previous relations inside the village. Oh, and who would these flowers be for? Anyone I know? Ino asked. Being the gossip queen of Konoha, she had a reputation to uphold. I don't think you would know her. She was with me for most of my time away from the village, and she is actually from the land of water. Her name is Haku, and she was with me earlier at the academy, Naruto replied, not wanting to divulge too much information at the moment. Realizing that the blonde in front of her no longer wanted to talk about his past or his current relationships, Ino went into the back and came out with a beautiful bouquet of red roses. How much do I owe you? Naruto asked, taking out his wallet. Consider them a welcome to Konoha gift from me and my family. Just make sure to come back when you need more flowers. Or whenever you want. I wouldn't mind seeing more of him, Ino added in her mind. Thanks, I appreciate it. I'll be sure to come back whenever I need more flowers, Ino-chan, Naruto said with a slight smirk as he walked out of the store, leaving a slightly blushing blonde at the counter. Hotel. Haku was currently a nervous wreck. I mean, sure, she and Naruto had hung out a lot during their travels together, but they had never been on a date, even if she had to initiate it. She knew that Naruto knew she liked him, and tonight was something she had been waiting for a very long time. She wanted tonight to be perfect. She had picked out a beautiful blue spaghetti strap dress that ended just above her knees. The dress had a white trim with stitched patterns of snowflakes along the edges. The dress hugged her figure rather well, and although she was only a few years older than Naruto, she had a figure that most older women would give anything to have. She was brought out of her thoughts when someone knocked on her door, and as she made her way over to open it, she hoped this night would go exactly as she had envisioned it. Unknown to her, the blonde behind the door was having the exact same thoughts as she was. Naruto was waiting outside Haku's hotel room, smile on his face, and the bouquet of roses in front of him, resting on his chest. The fact that this was going to be his first date ever was finally sinking in, and he was starting to have doubts that he would be good enough for Haku. They had been friends for years, and if he messed things up tonight, it had the possibility of ruining their friendship. So when the door opened to reveal Haku in her beautiful blue dress, Naruto's mind shut down, mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. Come on, you idiot, don't ruin this! Naruto yelled in his mind. Wow! Was all that came out of his mouth when he was finally able to speak. You look beautiful, Haku-chan, earning a slight blush from said girl. Well, it's good to see you out of your training clothes for a change. I must admit you clean up rather nice, Haku said as her eyes took all of his features in. You even got me roses, Haku said as Naruto handed her the roses, her smile making his heart flutter just a little. Well, I wanted tonight to be perfect, you know? Naruto said as he himself gave a genuine smile, making Haku's blush deepen a little more. Putting the flowers inside, Haku took Naruto's outstretched arm in hers as they made their way out of the hotel, ignoring the looks of jealousy both were receiving. They were still a little early for their reservation, so they decided to spend the extra time learning the way around Konoha. While Naruto had knowledge of the basic layout of Konoha, a little bit has changed, so he needed to get reacquainted with the layout. They went into random shops, never really finding anything that either of them were interested in, and near the end went to Ichiraku's Ramen to visit the father-slash-daughter duo that worked there. They made their way to the restaurant that Naruto had made his reservations at. It was a quiet little restaurant named the Golden Dragon. it was nothing fancy. But for a first date they both thought it was perfect. They made small talk while waiting for their food to come. Naruto had ordered a plate of tempura, deep-fried fish and vegetables, with a glass of water, while Haku ordered soba, noodles with soy sauce, and yakitori, basically chicken skewers. They ate mostly in comfortable silence, a few attempts at small talk here and there, but both decided they just enjoyed each other's company with or without talking. After their meal, Naruto and Haku walked around Konoha, taking in the busy nightlife of a major village. "Hey Haku-chan, I want to show you something," Naruto said as he grabbed her hand and started leading her to the Hokage mountain. "Where are we going, Naruto? I thought we went around the village already?" Haku asked, confused as to where Naruto might be taking her. "That would just ruin the surprise, Haku-chan. It's a special place that I used to go when I was little, and I want to show you it," Naruto replied. A few minutes later we find both Haku and Naruto standing on top of the Hokage mountain, more specifically his father's head, overlooking the village. Naruto smiled as he watched Haku look over the village in awe. It was quite the sight to take in, and all the different colored lights put a beautiful glow around the village. "So do you like it? I used to come up here and think when I was little. Back then I didn't know why the villagers hated me. This was my place to get away from it all. The pain of being alone with no one to look after you. I had the old man, sure, but he's the Hokage. He would never be able to look after me all the time. This spot is one of the few good memories I have of this place, and I wanted to share it with you," Naruto said with another genuine smile on his face. "It's beautiful, Naruto-kun. How did you find this place?" Haku asked, still gazing over the village. "It was by accident actually. I was trying to get away from a mob of villagers and just wound up here," he said, a little saddened by the memories of how he was treated. Haku noticed Naruto's change of mood, and moved a little closer to him, and wrapped him in a warm hug. He wasn't expecting a hug, so he went a little stiff at first, but soon calmed down, and wrapped his arms around her, bringing them as close as physically possible. "You're not alone anymore, Naruto-kun. You have me, Zabuza, Itachi, and everyone else. You have people here like the Hokage and the people at the ramen stand who care about you. You have proven to all of us the kind of person you are, caring, considerate, determined, and many other things that make you who you are," Haku whispered in his ears soothingly as she herself felt her emotions acting up. She hated seeing Naruto like this, his ever-happy demeanor replaced by memories of his hate-filled past. "Thank you, Haku-chan," Naruto said as he wiped a few stray tears off his cheek. They broke the embrace much to Haku's displeasure, and Naruto moved towards the edge of the cliff before sitting down and motioning for Haku to join him. She sat beside him and gently rested her head on his shoulder, happy that he didn't try to move away from her contact. They stayed like that in relative silence for a little while longer, just enjoying the feeling of being so close to one another, before they decided it was time they head back. "You know, I had a lot of fun tonight, Haku-chan," Naruto said as they made their way towards her room. He thought that things had gone well perfectly. He couldn't have asked for a better night with Haku, not yet anyways. "Yeah, it was fun. I had a really great time," Haku said, nodding her head in agreement, having similar thoughts to Naruto. "Maybe we could do it again sometime?" Naruto asked a little hesitantly. "I'd like that," Haku said, as she leaned down and kissed Naruto's cheek quickly and disappeared inside her room, leaving a blushing blonde with his hand touching his cheek as he made his way back to his room. Naruto woke the next morning a little later than normal. He didn't have to be at the academy till 9, and he decided he would take a break from his usual morning workout. Crawling out of bed, he made his way towards his closet, memories of last night playing through his mind as he picked out some clothes to wear for today's team meeting. Going with the standard ANBU look, he picked up his custom-made armor set and went into the bathroom to go about his morning routine. He emerged 20 minutes later wearing standard black shinobi pants with plated shin guards, a black muscle shirt underneath his custom-made black ANBU chest guard. It was plain design similar to the ones ANBU wore, but he got it custom made out of lightweight material that was just as strong, making it easier to move around in. Finishing off his look, he grabbed a pair of black plated bracers and strapped his father's swords diagonally across his back before making his way to the kitchen to eat some breakfast. After eating a breakfast that consisted of scrambled eggs, bacon, and toast, he exited his apartment and made his way to Haku's room to pick her up before they left to go to the academy. Naruto noticed a subtle change in atmosphere around the academy as he and Haku made their way towards Irika's classroom. They heard whispers of a traitor who tried to steal the forbidden scroll from the Hokage's office. Brushing it off as nothing in regards to him, he started to wonder if the Hokage had gotten the council to allow him and Haku to be placed on the same team. He would admit that they did work well and complement each other's skills quite well. After all, they had been training together for the better part of 6 years. He ignored the looks he and Haku got as they entered Irika's classroom, settling for a seat near the back of the room. Naruto was deep in thought about everything that had happened in the past few days, his return to Konoha, the Sandame's mission for him and his group, and finally his date with Haku. It surprised the blonde that in such a short time his life had changed a lot. He wasn't used to staying in a single village for longer than a few days, but now he would be here for who knows how long. A few minutes later Irika entered the class. Looking around, he couldn't help but feel proud of all the students he had taught. He knew that not all of them would actually make genin. Seemingly only 3 teams were allowed to pass. Quieting his class down, he began his speech about how proud he was of them, and that they were no longer kids, but shinobi with responsibilities. Naruto, of course, ignored most of his speech as he had had what it was meant to be a shinobi drilled into his mind from an early age. Only when Iruka started listing off the teams did Naruto start to pay attention. Of course Naruto already knew he would be on the same team as the Pink Banshee and Emo King. He was more interested if the old man had managed to get Haku on the same team. Team 7 will consist of Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno. Iruka said as Sakura yelled and thrust her fist up in the air. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze and Haku Momoichi. Iruka said, I've never heard of a 5-man cell before. I wonder what the Sandame is thinking. Your Jounin instructor will be Kakashi Hatake. After hearing that he and Haku would be placed on the same team, Naruto let a small smile cross his face as he looked at Haku, who looked just as happy as he was at the arrangements. Neither of them noticing the brooding Uchiha was glaring at Naruto, and Sakura was glaring at Haku, probably thinking she would try to steal her Sasuke-kun. So Kakashi is my instructor, It must feel a little ironic to be teaching his sensei's son, Naruto thought with a small smirk, as he once again drowned out Iruka's boring speech. After everything was said and done, Iruka dismissed the class for lunch, telling them to come back after to meet the Jounin sensei. 3 hours later we find Naruto, Haku, Sakura, and Sasuke all sitting in the now empty classroom. All the other teams had left over an hour ago with their sensei. "Guy, I can't stand this anymore, where is our sensei?" Sakura screeched. Naruto hated to admit it, but he actually agreed with Sakura. Of course he knew of Kakashi's excessive tardiness for anything other than high-ranking missions or direct orders from the Hokage. Standing up with a sigh, Naruto made his way to the door, with Haku a few steps behind him. "Where do you think you're going, dope? Not cut out to be a ninja?" Sasuke said. "If I thought I wasn't cut out to be a ninja, what would that mean for you after I beat your ass into the dirt yesterday?" Naruto asked. "Besides, I know our sensei personally and am aware he has a habit of being 3 hours later to pretty much everything, so I'm going to find him and drag his ass back here," he added as he and Haku disappeared out the door. A few minutes later we find Haku and Naruto entering Training Ground 7. Looking around, they spotted the memorial stone and the lone figure standing in front of it. "It's been a while, hasn't it, Kakashi-sensei?" Naruto said as he came up beside the silver-haired Cyclops. "Yes, it has, Naruto-kun, but I thought I told you not to call me sensei anymore," Kakashi said, never taking his eyes off of the stone. "Sai, you did tell me that once, but now that I'm back in the village you have been assigned to be my Jounin sensei, along with Haku," Naruto said, motioning to the person who came up on the other side of Kakashi. "How have you been, Kakashi-san?" Haku asked. "It's been a little depressing the last few days. When I heard that you and Naruto were back in the village, my mind went back to my old team. I couldn't help save Rin when she was in trouble. I couldn't do anything for you, Naruto, when you were younger. And I couldn't do anything to stop Obito from killing his entire clan. Come on, Kakashi-sensei, you know there was nothing you could do for me, Rin, and Obito, otherwise I know you would have. From what I learned in my time away, my father was always proud of how you turned out. He considered you the son he didn't have at the time. I'm sure he would agree with me that there was nothing you could do. But you can't keep living in the past like this, sensei. It will only lead to more pain down the road. You will never be able to forget, but you can move on and become the man both my father and Rin would have been proud of," Naruto said as he put his hand on Kakashi's shoulder. He knew this was a sensitive subject for the man. Kakashi thought about Naruto's words for a few moments. He hated to agree that there was not much he could have done to prevent what happened to Rin and Naruto. But perhaps if he had been a better friend to Obito things might have gone differently. "No, Naruto is right. I have to stop living in the past. It is what Rin-chan and Sensei would have wanted. I'll make both of you proud," Kakashi thought with conviction. "You're right, Naruto. Now let's head to the academy. I still have to give you guys my test," Kakashi said as he started walking towards the exit of the training ground. "Of course I'm right, I'm always right," Naruto said with his foxy grin. "Yeah, you're very modest too," Haku said under her breath, although both Naruto and Kakashi heard her, earning a pout from the blonde and a chuckle from the Cyclops. "Hey, Kakashi-sensei, you said test right? It's not going to be that stupid bell test, is it?" Naruto asked, making Kakashi stumble a little bit. Yeah, I guess I forgot I gave it to you and Haku last time we met and this is going to be interesting," Kakashi said, making Haku and Naruto's sweat drop. A few hours later we find Team 7 back at Training Ground 7, with the brooding Uchiha and pink-haired Banshee tied together back to back, with an amused-looking Naruto and Haku standing over them. Kakashi had been forced to modify the bell test because he was used to only having 3 students, making it so that 2 would pass and 2 would get tied together if they didn't understand the meaning of the test. "Psych, do you know why you failed, Sasuke, Sakura?" Kakashi asked the 2 genins. "Because my teammates were useless and got in my way," Sasuke said as he glared at both Naruto and Haku. "Wrong answer, team," Naruto said with a smirk. "Hey! Watch how you talk to Sasuke-kun. You should feel privileged to be on his team," Sakura yelled, making everyone else wince at the pitch of her voice. "I guess it can't really be helped. Naruto, would you explain the true reason of this test to them? I have a feeling the council will make me pass them anyway," Kakashi said with a sigh. "Sure thing, Kakashi-sensei," Naruto said as he turned back to Sasuke and Sakura. "The real purpose of this test is to develop teamwork, which obviously you two lack for your own reasons. Sasuke, Your arrogance is only going to get in the way of our team. If this had been a high-level mission, some of the shit you pulled would have got not only you, but probably Sakura killed. Arrogance will only lead to death in our line of work, team. You better be able to remember that. I won't always be there to bail your ass out, Naruto said. And you, Sakura. Naruto started as he turned his gaze to Sakura. You lack the drive to be a shinobi. You were the top in the class on the kunoichi side for academics, but unless you plan on becoming a medic nin, book smarts are not going to do shit in real life if you can't back it up when it counts most. I can tell you spend more time fawning over Sasuke than training, and it's very obvious that he has no interest in you. If you spent all the time you put into trying to look good for Sasuke into training, you might actually become a decent kunoichi. If not, then remember this little talk we are having when you got caught by enemy shinobi. Maybe they will go easy if they realize it's your first time, but I highly doubt it. Naruto explained, ignoring the glare from Sasuke and a slight shudder from Sakura. Now Naruto, did you have to be so harsh on Sakura? Kakashi asked as he, Naruto, and Haku all made their way out of the training ground. Everything I said was true, sensei, and you know it. While I don't like belittling people, I also don't want to see a comrade die if I could have done something to prevent it. Sakura would make an excellent medic nin, but she lacks the motivation to do anything other than follow the emo king. With the right push, I believe that she will get over her fangirl stage and begin to take training seriously. Like I said earlier, we won't always be there to bail them out of bad situations. I just hope she starts to take training seriously before something bad happens to her, Naruto said, earning a nod from Haku. I guess you're right, Naruto, Kakashi said, but before he got any further an Anbu appeared in front of them. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze and Haku Momoichi, your presence has been requested by the council. The Anbu said. Well, this is going to be fun. Alright, let them know we will be there shortly, Naruto said, getting a nod from the Anbu before he disappeared. Come on, Haku, let's see what kind of shit we got ourselves into now, Naruto said as he walked towards the Hokage tower, earning a slight giggle from Haku as she ran to catch up. Naruto knew that the council hated him, but this was just ridiculous. He had spent the past hour watching as the civilian and shinobi side of the council clashed over whose jurisdiction the last Namikaze was under. The civilian side was arguing that he should not be allowed to join the ranks because of the Kyuubi, regardless of who his parents were. The shinobi side held no ill will for Naruto, well, all but one man, Danzo. While most of the shinobi side had argued that having someone with Naruto's training would add to their strength, it seemed that Danzo was trying to side with the civilians, just with a different approach. Danzo had been trying to get the Hokage's approval to have Naruto be trained by his root program, much to the civilian council's approval and shinobi council's arguments. May I put in a word, Hokage-sama? Naruto asked, knowing full well what kind of situation he was in, earning a nod from the old man. I do not believe I need to be put into your training, Danzo-sama. I have heard of your root program, and while I do believe it instills discipline into your men, I have been trained by some of the best shinobi in all the elemental nations. I have already proved that I am way above the level of every other genin, which is why the Hokage has offered me position of Chunin until I proved myself capable of being a Jounin, Naruto said, earning glares from both Danzo and the civilian side of the council, while the shinobi side was smirking as someone finally put Danzo in his place. You can't be serious, Hokage-sama. How could you allow this thing to be allowed the rank of Chunin, while Sasuke-sama has to remain a genin? One of the civilian council members yelled. Well, I can see where the team gets his arrogance from, Naruto said, only loud enough for Haku and the shinobi side of the council to hear. Most had to hold back a snicker as they agreed with the young blonde. The Uchiha had basically everything handed to him on a silver platter. I have faith in young Naruto's abilities. I've personally talked with 2 of his teachers, and the only reason I did not give him Jounin rank right away was because he lacks experience at the moment, Hiruzen said, earning more shouting from the civilian side of the council. That's enough, the Sandaime yelled, leaking killing intent that made most in the room shiver. I have already made my decision. And because Naruto is now a ninja of Konoha, you have no control over him anymore. Now, were there any other reasons why this meeting was called? There were a few more reasons, Hokage-sama, one of the civilians said as he stood up. Seemingly, as Naruto is the last of 2 prestigious clans, I feel that we should enable the CRA so that we can be sure to return both clans to glory. I have a list of potential candidates that I fay. No, Naruto said, cutting the man off. While I do not mind having the CRA enabled for me, I will not be getting into any arranged marriages. The laws surrounding the CRA state that I have to have at least 4 wives by the time I'm 18 before the council can arrange anything for me. And with the fact that I'm still only 12 years old, I have 6 more years to find potential wives. He is correct. As of right now, the council has no power over who Naruto chooses to be with, the Sandaime stated, again earning shouts of disapproval from the civilian members. Of course, Hokage-sama, the council member who brought up the CRA said. We also have the issue with one Haku Momoichi, also being the last of her clan. We believe that she should be given to the Uchiha too. Definitely not, both Haku and Naruto shouted at the same time before looking at each other with a similar hint of pink on their cheeks. While I am not a clan head, I believe that I still have some clan laws that I am able to enact, Naruto said, looking at the Hokage, who nodded with a smile, already seeing where this was going. Since Haku set foot in Konoha, she has been under protection of both the Namikaze and Uzumaki clans, meaning the council has no say in what she does. This is a complete outrage. How can you allow this, Hokage-sama? One of the civilians yelled. I would advise you remember, council member, that both Naruto and Haku are shinobi of Konoha. That being said, it is not even required that you are present during these conversations, Hiruzen said. And besides, it's perfectly within Naruto's rights to give Haku protection under his clans, although I don't think she would want to be with the Uchiha anyways, he added, giving both Haku and Naruto a sly smirk, causing both to blush. Now if that was everything you wanted to discuss, it's getting late, and I'm sure young Naruto would like to see his new home, Hiruzen said. When no one said anything else, he dismissed the council and led Haku and Naruto back to his office before taking them to their new home. Things are definitely going to get interesting around here. I have no doubt Danzo and the civilian council will do everything they can to hold Naruto back, Hiruzen thought with a sigh, not knowing how right he was. Konoha, 3 days later. Naruto and Team 7 had just finished completing their latest Tor-era assignment, of finding Tora, the bane of every genin squad, and were currently making their way back to the Hokage Tower. Kakashi was reading his little orange book, much to Haku's annoyance. Sasuke was brooding, Sakura was still fawning over Sasuke, and Naruto was deep in thought about things that had happened the past few days. He loved his new house, as did Haku. It was a large compound, not as big as the Hyuga compound, but still fairly large. The front yard was large, and with a few more days of yard work should be back to its former glory. Naruto had spent the past 2 days cutting the grass and getting rid of all the weeds, while Haku had been working in the garden. Naruto would only admit it to a few people, but he enjoyed gardening, and had even offered Haku some suggestions for types of flowers they should plant. The inside of the house was beautiful. The floors were made out of marble, while the walls were stained oak, giving it a brilliant yellow/brown glow. Most of the furniture was mahogany, which surprised Naruto because mahogany was a rare and expensive kind of wood around Konoha, and usually required shipping from other nations. The kitchen was quite spacious, with a large rectangular table near the far left corner. It also had its own bar, which Naruto knew he would make good use of when he had more friends and was a little older. The bedrooms were spread out around the second floor of the house, while the master bedroom took up most of the top floor, complete with a large walk-in closet and a beautiful bathroom. The basement was another story. Naruto knew he would be spending a lot of time in the basement as that is where his father's jutsu library was, along with notes pertaining to techniques that he had been working on before he died. The backyard was in worse shape than the front, but Naruto believed with work it would be his favorite spot in the entire compound. It had a large outside training dojo, complete with moving and stationary targets for target practice, along with a large lake. Naruto knew Haku would love the lake. It gave her plenty of water to practice her ice jutsus, along with Zabuza who could work on his water jutsus. In the morning Naruto would create a few hundred shadow clones. He would send some to the basement to start reading his father's scrolls, while some would work on his kenjutsu, and others on ceiling practice. But the majority Naruto would take with him onto the lake and have them attack him all at once, not only working on combat experience and reflexes, but his chakra control and reserves as well. He called this his variation of the water walking exercise, but those who knew about it just called him crazy, and would have to recommend having this taught to genin with a few months' experience. Naruto was so caught up in his thoughts that he wasn't paying attention, and as he rounded a corner he bumped into someone else, knocking the person over. Looking down, Naruto noticed the person he had bumped into was Hinata. It turned out that teammate was just getting back from completing a mission as well, as he noticed Kiba, Shino, and Kurenai came into view shortly after. Sorry Naruto-kun, I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. Hinata stammered from her spot on the floor, head down hiding her embarrassment. Hey, don't worry about it Hinata-chan, it was my fault. I was lost in my thoughts and didn't notice you, which I might add is rather hard because of how beautiful you are, Naruto said with a smile, which turned out to be a mistake, for as soon as Hinata's mind registered what Naruto said she promptly fainted, a blissful smile on her face. The others watched on with mixed reactions. Kurenai and Haku watched on in amusement as they both knew of Hinata's crush on Naruto. Kiba was angry that Naruto had walked into Hinata, while at the same time pissed off at Hinata's reaction to Naruto calling her beautiful. Shino looked on in his usual emotionless way. Sakura was also angry at Naruto's actions, both for knocking Hinata over and what he said to her, and also a little confused. I mean, Hinata was in the presence of her oh so precious Uchiha. Why would she care about Naruto, right? While Kakashi and Sasuke just didn't seem to care, and if they did, they hid it rather well. Well, I guess I should have expected that, Naruto said as he picked Hinata up and placed her on one of the benches nearby. What do you mean by that, Naruto? Kurenai asked. I think you already know the answer to that, Kurenai-sensei, as well as you Haku-chan, Naruto said with a slight smirk. Is she sick or something? Kiba asked, making Naruto, Haku, and Kurenai sweat drop. No Kiba, she's fine. I'll take her back to the Hyuga compound. You two can go home, take the rest of the day off, Kurenai said as she picked Hinata up and started walking out of the tower. Better stay away from Hinata, loser, she's mine, Kiba said, looking towards Naruto. Right, because that's totally what it looks like from here. Sorry Mutt, but Hinata is not some prize for you to win. If you ever try to force yourself on her you will have to deal with me, got it? Naruto said, glaring at Kiba while releasing a little of his killing intent, making everyone except Haku and Kakashi sweat. Why anyone would want to be with you while they could be with an alpha male like me is beyond me. Kiba said while looking towards Haku. I didn't realize that being near the bottom of the graduates made you an alpha. I wonder what your mom and sister would have to say about this attitude of yours, Kiba, Naruto said with a smirk, effectively making Kiba pale and shut up. If you losers are done arguing, we need to see the Hokage so I can get back to training, Sasuke said as he started to walk away with Sakura right behind him. Alright Imo-sama, lead the way, Naruto said, making Haku giggle and Kakashi have to stifle a chuckle. A few minutes later Team 7 is in front of the Hokage, and the Fire Daimyo's wife, who is currently crushing her demure cat. Naruto and Haku can now understand why the cat runs away, while Sasuke and Sakura look on with an evil glint in their eye. And Kakashi? Well, he is still reading his little orange book. After giving thanks and talking a little with the Hokage, the Fire Daimyo's wife left, leaving Team 7 along with the Hokage and Irika in the office. Alright, I want a report, although I can only imagine how it went, the Sandaime asked. Alright Hokage-sama, the mission went fairly well. Naruto and Haku showed great teamwork as they came up with a plan to lure the cat into a trap that we had set. After the cat was in the trap, Sasuke and Sakura tried to subdue it, but failed. It was about to get away when Haku used the Saban to knock it out. On our way back we ran into teammate that was coming back from giving a mission report. After a little argument between teams we arrived here, Kakashi concluded, making the Sandaime nod. Alright Kakashi, good job. Sakura, Sasuke, you two are dismissed. I want to talk with the rest of you, Hiruzen said. Why do these two get special treatment? I should whatever they do, Sasuke said, making Sakura nod in his defense. Because team, if I'm right, what we need to talk about is a SS class secret that concerns me and a few others. Now leave before me or the ANBU force you out, Naruto said as he turned to Sasuke. Whatever dope, if it has to do with you it probably isn't important anyways, Sasuke said as he turned and left, Sakura hot on his heels. Alright, you two come out, and may I see the letter GG? Naruto asked, going back to his term of endearment for his grandfather figure. You always were quite perceptive, brat, Zabuza said as he seemed to just walk out of the wall, followed by Itachi. Naruto smirked as Sarutobi handed him an envelope. Opening it, Naruto started to look through its contents. A few minutes later Naruto put the letter in one of his pockets and turned to the Hokage. Alright, it seems like everyone else has accepted, so where do you want us, old man? Naruto asked. Alright Naruto, like we agreed, you and Haku will be staying in Konoha with Team 7, looking after Sasuke as well as acting as a way of communication between everyone. Zabuza, I want you to go to Wave Country. You will be going undercover as a missing nin for a man named Gato, and he is a very influential man and might have information on what we are looking for. Itachi, I want you to remain in Fire Country, go from village to village asking for information. I expect a report at the end of every week, from both of you, the Sandaime said. Hi Hokage-sama, both said in unison. Alright, for the rest of your group I want them to spread out among their home countries. I know you have ninja from every major village and a few of the smaller ones, so keep them in familiar territory. I will give you mission scrolls and your first payment today so everyone can get supplies they may need, he said, as he started writing in a few scrolls before he handed them to Naruto. Excuse me Hokage-sama, but what is going on? Kakashi asked. That's right, sorry Kakashi, it seems we have a threat to the security of the elemental nations. There appeared to be a group of very powerful ninja going through and destroying villages. We are unsure of what they are looking for, but whatever it is we do not want them to succeed. I hired Naruto's group to gather information for me as well as our allies, the Sandaime explained. Okay, that makes sense, but why are Naruto and Haku watching over Sasuke? It's simple, Kakashi-senpai, my little brother is hell-bent on revenge for what happened to the Uchiha clan. I believe that if he were to be offered power from an outside source that he would take it. I requested for Naruto to be placed on your team of genin so that he could watch Sasuke, and perhaps help him in the future. Haku asked to be placed with Naruto, as I'm sure you have seen they work very well together. Along with that goes the fact that they are not genin level shinobi, both are at a level of mid-level jounin. The only thing holding them back is experience, Itachi explained. Kakashi couldn't help but agree with him. He had seen Naruto and Haku work together, and was very impressed, but he could also feel that they were holding back. If they were to go all out he was sure they could give him a run for his money, possibly even beat him. Alright Hokage-sama, I understand, Kakashi said. Wait. I thought you said we would get Chunin status? Where are our vests, Gigi? Naruto asked. Oh, that's right, sorry Naruto, Haku, but I won't be able to give you your vests until the Chunin exams come around. While the council already knows about your rank, I don't think it would be a good idea to put that information out so soon. Sasuke would probably try and make the council force me to give him a promotion, the Sandaime said, making Naruto nod in agreement. Well, you are dismissed, come back tomorrow for another mission, the Hokage said, making the others in the room bow and leave via Shunshin. Konoha 2 months later. The past 2 months had gone by a little slow for Naruto and Haku. They weren't used to doing such low-ranked missions, and to be quite honest they were getting tired of it, and wanted something more challenging. To complement the boring mission, Sasuke had become more emo-like, and Sakura hadn't changed at all, making the time they spent together even worse. After the last attack a few months ago, the group they were trying to gain leads on had effectively disappeared, making it near impossible to get any information on them, which only added to the frustration for Naruto and Haku, as well as the Hokage. Currently Team 7 was in the same position they had been in 2 months ago, watching the fire daimyo's wife effectively squeeze the life out of her cat. But if anyone felt sorry for the cat, they definitely hid it well. After a few minutes Team 7 found themselves alone with the Hokage and Irika again. Hokage-sama, I would like to request a higher level mission, Naruto said out of the blue, making everyone look at him questioningly. You can't just request a mission, Naruto, especially a higher rank one. You and Haku might be ready for high level missions, but Sasuke and Sakura are not, Irika said, earning a glare from both Sakura and Sasuke. I know that, Irika. I'm sorry, but this has to do with something else entirely. Special permission is required to know what I'm about to tell the Hokage. I hope you understand, Irika. Naruto said. Alright, Naruto, I have a feeling I know what you are talking about, Irika. Could you please excuse us for a minute? Hiruzen said. Irika nodded and left the room, as Naruto put a privacy seal up. Alright, Naruto started as he turned to Sasuke and Sakura. What I'm about to say remains in this room. If you speak about to anyone, I will kill you, Naruto said. While either of them liked Naruto, they had learned a lot of Naruto's skills over the past 2 months, and neither of them would argue when he was this serious. So they did all they could and nodded. Zabuza contacted me recently. Apparently Gato is running Wave Country into the ground, and the only hope for the country is a man named Tazuna and the bridge he is building. Wave Country does not have enough money for the type of mission this should be classified as, so they are asking for it under a C-ranked escort mission. Zabuza has also said that Gato has no information on what we are currently looking for, and has requested that we take this mission to get rid of Gato so he can join someone else. Naruto glanced at Sasuke, earning a nod from the Hokage, around Fire Country. What I am requesting is that Team 7, along with Team 8, take this mission. Tell Tazuna to keep the money for the mission, as I will personally fund this myself, Naruto said, making everyone but Haku look at him in surprise. Naruto, if what you said is true, then this mission is easily A-ranked. Are you sure that you want to pay for it? The Sandaime asked. Yes, I can't allow someone like Gato to control a country like Wave. Where the country is located, it would be a perfect area to help him with his other kind of business, Naruto said. Plus it's the right thing to do. I have the money to pay for an A-ranked mission, and if I can help save a country in the process, well, that's just bonus for me. Minato-Minato-sensei, you would be proud of the man your son has become, thought Kakashi and Hiruzen, proud smiles on both their faces. That's my Naruto-kun, Haku thought with a smile. Alright, Naruto, I will accept your request, but why Team 8? Well, a tracking team would be good on this kind of mission. While Zabuza is not an enemy, he cannot blow his cover, so we will have to fight with him at least once. It would be good training for Team 8's tracking skills. With Kiba's nose, Hinata-chan's eyes, and Shino's bugs, they should have no problem sensing enemy ninja, Naruto said. Alright, Naruto, you make a good point. I'll call for both the bridge builder and Team 8. Team 8 arrived a few minutes later, and when they noticed Team 7 they got mixed reactions. Of course Hinata, Kurenai, and Shino were happy to see them, but Kiba looked angry, and if you listened closely enough, you could hear a slight growl escaping his throat. Even with the semi-hostile atmosphere, the two teams managed to talk about what had happened since their last run-in. They talked about their training and the low-ranking missions they had been on. Soon enough a tall, rough-looking man entered the room. He had tan skin, which indicated that he worked outside most of his life. His hair was gray and his clothes were a little disheveled, and it was clear that he hadn't taken a shower in a few days. This is who you're sending to guard me? A bunch of kids, a man with one eye, and a model? The man asked. Tazuna, I don't think you should speak ill of my comrades and me. While it is true we are a bunch of kids, I believe that we are capable of protecting you. Me and my friend here, Naruto said as he points to Haku, have been trained by some of the best shinobi the elemental nations have to offer for the better part of 6 years. The man with one eye is one of Konoha's strongest jounin, and was trained by my father, the 4th Hokage, and the model, while she is beautiful, is known as the Genjutsu mistress of Konoha. So I would advise you not to take us lightly, considering I'm paying for your mission, Naruto explained. Kurenai's team looked at their sensei, knowing that she wasn't a fan of perverts, but try as she might, Kurenai couldn't find it into herself feel angry at the young man's compliment, and had to force down a blush. What do you mean you're paying for my mission? Tazuna asked. How I know is currently not important, but I know that Gato is trying to kill you. He has hired 3 missing neens from Kiri to try and kill you, along with his personal samurai. Wave Country cannot afford to pay for an A-ranked mission, so I told the Hokage not to worry about your payment, as I would pay for the mission myself. It's the right thing to do, Naruto explained. Thank you? Tazuna said, his voice barely more than a whisper as he was trying to hold in his emotions. How do you know this, Naruto? Kurenai asked, suddenly a little wary of the young man in front of her. Like I said, it's a secret, Kurenai-sensei. I promise I will tell you more when we get some time to ourselves, Naruto said. Kurenai was about to argue but was stopped when Kakashi put a hand on her shoulder, looking at her as if to say trust him. Alright, Naruto, I'll hold you to that promise, Kurenai said as she went and stood back with her team. Alright, like Naruto said, this is going to be an A-ranked mission. You will be facing enemy ninjas, so keep your head on a swivel. Kakashi is in charge of this mission. If for some reason Kakashi is unable to lead, Kurenai will take command. For whatever reason both are taken out or give orders otherwise, Naruto will be giving the orders, no questions asked, the Sandaime said, earning nods from all in attendance, as well as a few glares. Alright team, meet at the south gate in 1 hour, prepare for a month-long mission, Kakashi said, as he Kurenai, Haku and Naruto all left via Shunshin, leaving the others to walk out. Hell, I like that blonde kid already, Tazuna said as he made his way out of the office. An hour later, South Gate. Naruto and Haku were the first to arrive, followed closely by Kakashi. Since his talk with Naruto in Training Ground 7 a few months ago, he had pretty much dropped his tardiness issue. A few minutes later Tazuna came into view, followed by Team 8, leaving them waiting for Sasuke and Sakura. After a few minutes Sasuke appeared followed by Sakura, which wasn't surprising for the other members of Team 7. Alright you guys, Naruto, I know that you lack skills in leading a team, which is the only thing holding you back at the moment. So I want you to come up with the formation. Me and Kurenai will give our advice if we feel that there need to be changes, Kakashi said. Hi Kakashi-sensei, Naruto said as he started going through the best formation for their group. Alright, this is where I want guys. Kakashi, you take the lead. As you are no doubt the strongest of our group, I will follow you as I can use my shadow clones to scout ahead. Kiba, I want you behind me using your nose to pick up anything my clones might have missed. I want Sasuke behind Kiba, with Shino behind Sasuke, as his use of his bugs will help scout the area where my clones can't. Also Shino, I would like you to place a female bug on each of us just in case one of us gets separated from the group. Sakura will be behind Shino. Hinata, I want you behind Sakura. Your Byakugan can pick up foreign chakra signatures and see through any genjutsu the enemy might use to mask their presence. Haku, I want you behind Hinata. Being the second strongest among the genin, you and Kurenai should be able to handle any threat that comes at us from behind. Naruto explained, while Kakashi and Kurenai looked on with a slight bit of awe. They had come up with exactly the same formation. While neither of them doubted Naruto's planning skills, they had not expected him to be able to come up with the same thing they did. That's very impressive, Naruto. I couldn't have come up with a better setup. The 4 strongest of the group put at the back and front, while the trackers are spread evenly among the others. I'm proud of you, Kakashi said, while Kurenai nodded in agreement. Heh, no problem Kakashi-sensei, Naruto said sheepishly. Few hours later, the group had been making good time considering they were escorting a civilian. Even though the man was old, he was still in pretty good shape. As the group passed a couple puddles, Naruto smirked to himself. Heh, looks like Zabuza managed to find the demon brothers. This should be interesting, he thought as he looked back at Kurenai, Haku, and Hinata, who all nodded at him. Soon after, the puddle disappeared and 2 figures wearing face masks with slashed kiri headbands sprang out of the ground, shooting spiked chains out of their gauntlets, capturing both Kakashi and Kurenai before they ripped them to shreds. Naruto and Haku sprang into action, Haku making quick work of her adversary by sending Sanban into his neck, effectively knocking him out. Meizu, I'll kill you, you bitch, he yelled. That's Meizu. You must be Gozu then, the demon brothers from Kiri, Naruto said as he stepped in front of Gozu. Sorry, but your fight is with me. Naruto rushed in, throwing a punch at Gozu's face. Gozu was a little surprised by Naruto's speed but recovered quickly, barely dodging his fist. He tried to gain some distance from Naruto but was too slow. Naruto closed the distance and sent a spinning back kick to Gozu's head. Gozu raised his arm to block, but it wasn't enough as Naruto's strength broke his guard, sending Gozu flying into a nearby tree. Gozu stood on shaky legs only to find Naruto in front of him again, kicking him in the stomach and sending a knee to his face, sending him back to the ground as blood started to gush out of his broken nose. Naruto appeared behind Gozu and delivered a quick chop to the back of the neck, rendering him unconscious. Naruto then lifted him up and brought him over to the others, and tied Gozu to Meizu using strengthened ninja wire so they wouldn't escape. Turning back to the group, he noticed the 2 splintered logs on the ground and smirked. Kakashi-sensei, Kurenai-sensei, you 2 can come out now, Naruto said, confusing the others except for Haku. Dope, didn't you see it? They died. Now you guys are going to listen to me. We are going back to Konoha, Sasuke said as he turned to leave. Look at the ground, Sasuke, what do you see? Naruto asked. Splintered logs and dirt, that's about it, Sasuke replied. For someone who was supposed to be Rookie of the Year, you don't seem to know much. Those are logs that were used for substitution. Plus, if you tried, you could easily sense both Kakashi and Kurenai's chakra signatures up in the trees above you. And on a side note, if Kurenai and Kakashi were really dead, I would still be in charge seemingly, as the Hokage personally put me ahead of everybody else. So we wouldn't be returning to Konoha unless you wanted to be charged with insubordination, Naruto said. I don't have to listen to you. I am an Uchiha, and you are just an orphan from a Sasuke started but was cut off from a voice in the trees. Actually, Sasuke, you would have had to listen to Naruto, as it was a direct order from the Hokage, and even the council couldn't save your arrogant ass. Your attitude has been getting on my nerves. If it wasn't for the council, I would have the Hokage revoke your shinobi rank until you learn to respect your betters, Kakashi said as he appeared behind Naruto, followed by Kurenai. Good reaction time, Naruto. Haku, I will have a talk with the Hokage about your abilities when we return. You both do not deserve to only be genin, Kakashi said, and Kurenai nodded in agreement. Heh, thanks Kakashi-sensei, we appreciate it, Naruto said with a smirk. But I would like to interrogate the demon brothers with you and Kurenai-sensei present. We need to discuss a few things as well. Naruto said, and Kakashi gave a knowing nod. Half an hour later the demon brothers woke up, groaning slightly as they worked the kink out of their necks. So you two are awake now. I must admit I'm surprised Zabuza managed to contact you too. Naruto said as he went to untie them. Naruto, what are you doing? These two attacked us. Kurenai shouted as she went to stop Naruto, but Kakashi got in her way. What are you doing, Kakashi? Do you realize what your student is doing? Yes, I know, this is all part of the mission. Believe me, Kurenai, we will explain everything to you shortly. Kakashi said as he released her. You guys really didn't need to go that hard on us. Gozu snapped, causing Naruto and Haku to chuckle lightly. Sorry you two, but we had to make it believable. We are going to have to rough you up a little more before you go back to Gato though. And is Zabuza-sensei going to be attacking us as well? Naruto asked. Damn it, if it helps the mission I guess we have no choice, just don't go overboard. You really enjoyed beating the shit out of us, didn't you? Meizu asked. Haha, yeah, it was rather enjoyable. Naruto said. Now please you two tell me about Gato's plan. Naruto said. Alright, well Gato has a hideout about 75 miles out of Wave that serves as his main hideout. That's where most of his samurai guards are located as well. I would estimate that there are about 200 of them. He also has a few separate bases located where he keeps some of his drug shipments and slaves for trade, along with all the money he has taken from Wave. If you have a map I can give you the location of the ones with the money and the slaves. Gozu said, earning a nod from Naruto. And what of Zabuza, what does Gato have planned for him? Naruto asked. Zabuza will intercept you when you reach the land of Wave, about 10 miles from where he believes you are going to land. Gozu said. Alright, and don't worry about the map. When all of this is done we can hit all the bases in a coordinated attack to catch them off guard. When you return tell Zabuza to watch his back, as well as you too. We don't know if Gato has things going on behind the scenes. Just be careful. Naruto said. Hi Naruto-sama. The brothers replied in unison. And enough of that Naruto-sama bullshit, just call me Naruto. Geez, how many times do I have to explain it to you? Naruto said as he grew a tick mark on his forehead, causing Haku and the two brothers to laugh at him. Naruto suddenly got an evil glint in his eyes as he smiled at the two brothers, who stopped laughing as soon as they saw his face and paled a little. I'm going to enjoy this, Naruto said as he took out his father's sword, causing the two to pale even more as they started to stutter out apologies. The next 10 minutes felt like hours for the two brothers as Naruto roughed them up, leaving torn clothes and a few cuts and bruises. The two brothers then left the group to return to Gato, as well as to give Zabuza the message from Naruto. Alright, explanations now, Kurenai said. Alright, Kurenai, as you know, me and Haku have not been in the village for the past 6 years. We have been traveling across the elemental nations honing our skills with a group of my father's mercenaries that included some of the best shinobi from different villages. Zabuza Momoichi, the demon of the bloody mist, was one of my teachers. Upon our return to Konoha, the Hokage issued us a mission. I cannot go into details about the mission as it's currently a SS secret. I should talk to Gigi about that actually. The Jounin should know at least. Anyways, my group separated throughout the elemental nations, trying to gain information for our mission. Zabuza has a good record being an ex-missing nin and all, and was sent to infiltrate Gato's organization in Wave Country. Zabuza sent me information a week ago saying that Gato had learned of Tazuna's intention to hire shinobi from Konoha, so I personally requested our teams to work together. Your team is a good tracking team, and because of the fact that Zabuza and the Demon Brothers are not fighting at full strength, but will still give us a challenge, I thought it would be good practice for your team to improve their tracking skills. That's the reason I got us into the formation that I did. If it had been any other team I would have just had us travel as separate teams, not combined. Naruto explained, earning a nod from Kurenai. She couldn't really argue with Naruto's logic. I really did want to tell you before something like this happened, but I wasn't expecting the Demon Brothers so soon. Naruto said. It's alright Naruto, just warn me sooner next time, okay? I almost didn't have enough time for a substitution. Sorry Kurenai-chan, I didn't mean for you to almost get hurt. It won't happen again. Kurenai-chan, huh Naruto? Kurenai asked with a smirk. Sorry Kurenai-sensei, Naruto said sheepishly as he scratched the back of his head. Don't worry about it, Naruto-kun, Kurenai said teasingly as she turned and walked back to her group, leaving behind a blushing Naruto and Kakashi, although you couldn't see it because of his mask, while Haku just raised an eyebrow. Quite the lady killer, huh Naruto-kun, Haku said with a giggle as she followed Kurenai out of the clearing. Kakashi managed to sum everything up with one word as he looked towards Naruto. Shit, Kakashi said, as Naruto nodded. Things were definitely starting to get interesting for Naruto. Chapter 4. 2 days had passed since the Demon Brothers had attacked and teams 8 and 7 had just reached the Land of Waves. There was a little tension between the two teams. Sasuke's outburst after the Demon Brothers' attack had served to split the team up. Sakura and Sasuke would often try to do their own thing or give the others orders, while Naruto and Haku would try to remind them of the chain of command. Kakashi had tried to be the peacekeeper between the four of them, but Sasuke and Sakura didn't seem to be interested. While this was going on with Team 7, Team 8 had their own problems, main one being Kiba. Since Kiba froze and had done very little to help when the demon brothers attacked, he felt that his pride as an Inuzuka had been slightly tarnished, which spelled trouble for Team 8. Kiba, like Sasuke and Sakura, had tried to take the role as team leader, giving orders to everyone, including Kurenai. And if his alpha male attitude wasn't enough, he had tried to claim Hinata as his mate on more than one occasion. Thankfully, after the first attempt Naruto stopped, he had decided to stay relatively closer to Hinata so that he could help her again if she needed it. That act of protection only brought on more trouble for the teams, as Kiba believed Naruto was interfering with him and his mate, and had challenged Naruto to numerous fights to prove dominance. Naruto, of course, refused. Right now was one of the few moments when teams 8 and 7 were walking in relative silence. But it wouldn't last for long. They had been walking for a few hours without incident, when Kiba suddenly stopped and threw a kunai into a nearby bush, startling the others. "Kiba, you idiot, it was just a cute little rabbit," Sakura yelled as she looked behind the bush. Upon further inspection from the two teams, Kurenai and Kakashi tensed slightly, while Naruto and Haku had slight grins on their faces. The color of the rabbit isn't normal for this time of year. This must be for substitution / looks like Zabuza is here, the four thought respectfully. And sure enough, as soon as the thoughts had gone through their minds, they heard a sound, whoosh whoosh whoosh. Everybody hit the dirt. Kakashi yelled as he grabbed Tazuna and brought him to the ground, barely missing the large blade that soared by and landed in a nearby tree. Well, if it isn't copycat Kakashi, and Kurenai Yuhi, the Genjutsu mistress of Konoha, what an honor! Came a voice from where the sword had landed. Zabuza Momoichi, demon of the bloody mist, a rank missing nin of Kiri, I might need to get serious with this fight, Kakashi said as he started to reveal his left eye, only to be stopped by Naruto. Kakashi-sensei, let me handle this. Zabuza was part of the group that trained me, and so it should be my responsibility to take him down, Naruto said as he turned to face Zabuza. Zabuza-sensei, it is a shame that you have fallen so far as to work with someone like Gato. I do not wish to fight you, but if you are not willing to surrender, I'm going to have to kill you so you no longer tarnish my father's name, Naruto said as he unsheathed his swords and took an offensive stance. My little Naruto, you sure have grown since the last time I saw you. I hope you can back up those words of yours. I would hate for all my Kenjutsu training to have been a waste, Zabuza said as he grabbed his sword and flipped out of the tree. How about Kenjutsu only, for old time's sake? Zabuza said as he took an offensive stance across from Naruto. That's fine by me. I've always wanted to test my swords against one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist, Naruto said. 7 swordsmen of the mist, who are they? Sakura asked. The 7 swordsmen were a group of Kiri's elite swordsmen, and had the job of being the Mizukage's personal guard. Zabuza used to belong to their group but left Kiri after he failed an attempted overthrow of the current Mizukage. Kakashi explained. If that's true, then Naruto Baka will never win. The only one of us who could possibly beat him is Sasuke-kun, Sakura exclaimed, heats in her eyes. These people seem to have little faith in you, brat. Remind me why we are fighting for them. Zabuza asked so that only Naruto could hear. It's not just for them, it's for everybody. This threat the old man is talking about could cause a lot of trouble for the elemental nations as a whole, not just one village. Now do you remember the plan? Naruto said. Yeah, I remember, Zabuza said as he started charging at Naruto. While Naruto had trained with Zabuza before, he had never had a serious spar with him, so Zabuza's speed caught Naruto off guard and he barely had enough time to block Zabuza's sideways slash. Naruto used his sword Foxfire to hold Zabuza's blade off while he attempted to skewer Zabuza with Dragon's Bane. Rotating around Naruto's sword, Zabuza managed to hit Naruto with the pommel of his blade, making Naruto stagger forward slightly. Regaining his composure, Naruto pumped some chakra into his legs and rushed at Zabuza again, flipping over Zabuza, and in the same motion landed 2 hits on Zabuza's back, making the man wince at the slight pain. Not one for letting his opponents get the upper hand, Naruto continued his assault. To the genin onlookers, it would look as if they were almost dancing, but to those who knew what Kenjutsu was, it would look like a duel between 2 very experienced swordsmen. Due to Zabuza's body size and the size of his sword, Naruto had the advantage of speed, being able to get in Zabuza's guard quickly, leaving a small wound and retreating a safe distance. Zabuza had the advantage of strength. He could easily swing his sword with enough force to leave Naruto off balance, and that is when he would strike, leaving a few large cuts over Naruto's body. Things continued like this for a while before Naruto had decided he had had enough. Giving the signal to Zabuza, they started their last clash. Zabuza rushed Naruto as he took up a defensive stance, weaving through and jumping over Zabuza's slashes, while getting the occasional counter, leaving more small wounds on Zabuza's body. Zabuza pumped a little chakra into his arms and in one swing sent Naruto flying into a nearby tree while his swords landed a few feet from him. Well, it's been fun, brat, but just like before, you are no match for me, Zabuza said as he walked up to Naruto. Sorry about this, kid, Zabuza said as he swung his sword, leaving a deep gash along Naruto's chest. Hinata screamed while Kakashi and Kurenai flinched a little. They knew about the plan, but this was a little overboard. Naruto screamed in pain as he fell to his knees holding his chest, blood seeping out of the wound. Zabuza turned and started walking towards the others, only to be stopped by a hand grabbing his foot. I'm not done yet, Naruto panted out, as he got into a kneeling position. You're done, kid, and now I'm going to take my time killing Haku. I know exactly how you feel about each other, Zabuza said as he swatted Naruto's hand away and turned back towards the group. Naruto reached for Foxfire and quickly rushed at Zabuza. I'll never let you hurt her, Naruto yelled as he plunged his blade into Zabuza, earning a yell of pain from the elder swordsman as he dropped to his knees. Naruto withdrew his blade from Zabuza before slumping to the ground unconscious. The Konoha shinobi started towards Naruto, but were intercepted by the demon brothers. It seems that we are in a stalemate, Konoha shinobi. Just remember the next time you see us it won't be so easy, they said as they picked Zabuza up and disappeared via Shunshin. Kakashi-sensei, please help Naruto, Hinata yelled as she rushed over to him, ripping off his shirt so she could get a better look at the wound. She blushed a little as she looked over his body, well built from years of serious training, but then paled as she noticed something else. His body was riddled with scars. Some were faded while others seemed to be fairly new. She couldn't understand how anyone could have this many scars at such a young age. She pushed that thought aside as she started to dress his minor wounds, using healing ointments and bandages. She stepped aside when she was finished and watched as Haku knelt beside him before her hands glowed with a green aura. She then watched with a little jealousy as Haku started moving her hands over Naruto's body, healing his wounds. Tazuna, how far is your house from here? Kakashi said, not taking his eyes off of Naruto. Just a few miles, Tazuna said, a bit shaken up at the sight of an unconscious Naruto. Is he going to be alright? He asked. Naruto will be fine. He has been through a lot worse than this. If he dies from this I'll have to bring him back to life and give him a real excuse to die, Haku said as she picked him up and started walking in the direction that Tazuna had pointed to. Later that night, Naruto's room. Hinata's mind had been in utter turmoil since Naruto was left unconscious. Haku had said that he would be fine but she couldn't help but worry. The only person who had ever acknowledged her was laying 2 feet from her unconscious and hurt, and she was worried that he might not wake up. I haven't even told you how I feel about you yet. You can't die, Naruto-kun, Hinata whispered as she felt his forehead, searching for any signs of fever. You know, I told you he would be fine, Haku said as she entered the room. You must really like him, don't you? You haven't left his side since we got here. How could you be so calm about this? Naruto-kin is hurt, and you act like you don't even care, Hinata said, trying to keep her emotions in check. I'm calm about this because he had been through worse and lived. You saw the scars on his body, right? Haku said. Yeah, they are from his training, right? Hinata asked. Haku shook her head. No, those are from before his life with us. The villagers hated him and would often beat Naruto to within an inch of his life. I cannot tell you the reason for it, as it's considered a village secret, but perhaps with time, Naruto will tell you. He cares about you deeply. He talked about you all the time when he was with us. I must thank you for not allowing what the villagers thought of him to cloud your judgment. He is a great person, Haku said. Well, it doesn't matter how he cares about me, he already has you. Hinata spat in a rare moment of anger. While it is true that I like Naruto, we have only been on a few dates. He has never asked me out, or made any attempts to. Besides, the council saw fit to enable the Ciari for Naruto-kun. He is the last member of both of his clans. Haku exclaimed. What is the Ciari? Hinata asked. I guess you wouldn't know, the Hyuga clan is the largest clan in Konoha after all. Ciari stands for Clan Restoration Act. Basically it gives Naruto, as the sole surviving member of both his clans, the ability to marry more than one woman. The council has already tried to force Naruto into loveless marriages, but due to Naruto's study of Konoha's laws he was able to avoid it, at least for now. Haku said. What do you mean? Hinata asked. Being a clan heir she had been forced to learn most of Konoha's laws, but she had never heard of the Ciari. By the age of 18 Naruto must have picked at least 4 women to be his wives. If by that time he has not chosen anyone, he will be forced to marry anyone the council chooses, Haku said. And yes, I do wish to be one of those women. I have known Naruto for most of my life and I owe him a great deal for everything he has done for me. Listen, Naruto cares for you a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to have a relationship with you, but trust me when I say this, you hurt Naruto in any way, and your father will be the last of your concern. I would never want to hurt Naruto-kun. He has done so much for me, even if he doesn't know it, Hinata said, and seeing the confused look on Haku's face decided to tell her more. As you know, I am the heir to the Hyuga clan, but everyone believes that I will be a weak leader. My father constantly insults me and has already thought about making my younger sister Hanabi become the clan leader, and make me part of the branch house by putting the caged bird seal on me. One day after a sparring session with my little sister, I ran away from the house without my guardian. I was running through the streets when I ran into a boy who was a few years older than I was and made him drop his ice cream. No matter how many times I said I was sorry, they wouldn't believe me. They started pulling my hair and demanding an apology, and that's when Naruto-kun showed up, Hinata said as she smiled at the memory of her knight in shining armor. He was just a little kid back then, but he tried so hard to protect me. He tried to make a clone but he didn't have the proper chakra control and the second it came out it collapsed to the ground. The kid holding me let me go and started to laugh at Naruto-kun, but Naruto ran at him and punched him. He got a few more hits in before the other kids grabbed him and brought him to the ground and started beating him. They didn't even stop when Naruto lost consciousness. They only stopped when my guardian Ko came to get me. I tried to help Naruto, but Ko told me that I shouldn't associate with people like Naruto. But I couldn't see anything wrong with him. It might not have been from death, but Naruto saved me that day, and every day after that I would follow him, watching him train. He wasn't very good back then, but he never gave up. I wanted to talk to him, but I was too shy, so I decided on the next best thing. I wanted to be like him. He gives me confidence and courage, and he believed in me when no one else would. Hinata said as she gently stroked Naruto's hair, a blissful smile still evident on her face. That's the kind of person he is, isn't it? Haku said, more of a statement than a question. Haku, how did you and Naruto meet? Hinata asked, making Haku smile. Well, I should tell you a little about myself first. I lived in Kiri, where there is currently a bloodline purge being done by the current Mizukage. He believes that bloodline users such as me are a disgrace to humanity, and for that, he is forcing shinobi to kill anyone with a bloodline. One day when I was little, I was playing by the lake and discovered that I could create ice out of water. I rushed inside to show my mom, thinking she would be happy, but when I showed her, she was angry, and she slapped me, telling me to never do it again. But it was too late. My father had seen what I had done, and he, along with other villagers, killed my mom, then tried to kill me. The only thing I remember about what happened is blacking out, then waking up surrounded by spikes of ice that had impaled my father and the villagers who tried to kill me, Haku said as her face got a sullen look to it. I lived on the streets, stealing food and clothes whenever I could to keep myself alive. At the time I didn't know that I had a bloodline. I just thought my ability to make ice was something I could do easily, so I practiced it in secrecy. One day when I was practicing, a man that was walking by saw what I was doing, and like my father he got a few other villagers and tried to kill me. I had grown fast from living on the streets, but I had never been chased for more than a couple blocks before, and I started to grow tired. I turned down what I believed to be an open alleyway, but it was a dead end. The villagers caught up to me and surrounded me, saying mean things and talking about how rich they would be for killing a bloodline abomination. I shut my eyes and prepared for whatever they would do to me, but it never came. I thought they had done it so quick that I didn't even feel pain. But when I opened my eyes, I found myself looking into the most beautiful blue eyes I had ever seen. It turns out that Naruto, Itachi, and Zabuza had been passing through the village at the time and had noticed the villagers chasing me, Haku said, a smile coming back onto her face at her first memory of Naruto. He stood in front of me protecting me from the villagers. He was only 8 when we first met, but with his training he was able to scare the villagers off. When he turned towards me I was scared. I thought that maybe he had just scared the villagers off so he could kill me himself. I shut my eyes again waiting for death to claim me, but what I felt wasn't death, it was warmth. Haku said. Flashback. A young Haku was scared, waiting for the young blonde boy in front of her to finish what the villagers started. She was shaking from a mixture of fear and cold. She wanted to cry out for help but she couldn't find her voice. As Naruto slowly made his way towards her she flinched and shut her eyes. But what she felt wasn't the cold embrace of death, it was warmth. She slowly opened her eyes to see the boy still standing in front of her, but without his cloak. She then realized what the warmth was. The boy in front of her had given her his cloak. You look cold, so I gave you my cloak. The boy exclaimed, answering Haku's unasked question. Who are you? Haku stammered, still a little shaken from everything that has happened. My name is Naruto. It's a pleasure to meet you, Haku. She said. Well, it's nice to meet you, Haku, Naruto said, holding out his hand to help her up. But why were those villagers chasing you? And why weren't your parents protecting you? Naruto asked. I don't have any parents, and they were chasing me because I can do this. Haku said as she held her hand out and created a ball of ice. That's a unique bloodline you have, Haku-chan. One of my traveling companions is an Uchiha. They have a bloodline called the Sharingan that lets them copy other people's jutsus. But I've been told that right now there is currently a bloodline purge going on in this nation, so you must keep that to yourself. I'm sorry to hear that you have no parents, but you must have some place that you can go. Naruto said. I don't have anywhere to go. I've been living on the streets for the past few years. Haku said. Well, why don't you come with me? I promise I'll do whatever I can to protect you, and I never break my promises, Haku-chan. Naruto said. Haku suddenly found herself blushing at the young boy's statement. She knew that he was a couple years younger than she was and he probably had no experience with the opposite gender, but she did find him rather cute. Really? Haku said she was afraid that this was just a dream and that she would wake up and it now. Yeah, of course. Naruto said happily. You can even train with me to become a shinobi if you want. And when we go back to Konoha you can live with me, Naruto said, making Haku giggle at Naruto's innocence. If you're positive that your companions won't mind, I'd love to come with you. Haku said happily, her stuttering finally gone. Flashback end. That's what happened. Naruto has been my best friend ever since. I would do anything for Naruto, even give my life to save him, Haku said with a smile as she sat on the other side of Naruto. Our stories are similar. He is hated by the village for something he had no control over. But even then he has had a rougher life than I have. He is stronger than you think he is, I guarantee it. I know he is. I have always believed in Naruto as much as he believed in me. Hinata said with a smile. Just remember what I said, Hinata-san, Naruto cares for you a lot, and I am willing to share him with whoever he chooses to love, but if you ever hurt him, I will kill you, Haku said as she got up and left the room. Chapter 5. Naruto woke up to find himself in a place that he had not visited in a long time, his mind. More importantly, he was standing right in front of a large metal gate with a seal over the keyhole. My Naruto-kun, it's been a long time since you have done something stupid enough to warrant a visit with me. Came an awfully feminine voice from behind the bars. Sorry Kyubi, it's been a rough couple months, Naruto said sheepishly, as the face of a giant fox made itself visible behind the bars. I understand, in case you have forgotten I can see, hear, and feel what you feel, and what have I told you about calling me Kyubi? I thought we got past that stage. Kyubi said. Sorry, sometimes I forget when you are in that form, Kara-chan, Naruto said. The giant fox let out something that Naruto could only imagine would be a fox's way of chuckling as she slowly shrunk down in size, taking on the form of a human. Naruto couldn't help the small blush that appeared on his cheeks as he looked at the now human Kyubi. She was a few inches taller than he was. She had shoulder-length red hair that matched her eyes. She had a dark skin tone and was wearing a blood-red dress that showed the right amount of curve in all the right places. My, is my little Naruto blushing? I hope you're not having thoughts similar to your perverted teacher or that hermit. I might have to punish you, Kurama said teasingly as she walked between the bars. And no, I'm nothing like Ero-sennin or Kakashi-sensei, Naruto yelled. I'm just not used to being so close to such a rare and exquisite beauty, Kara-chan, he said, getting his own little jab in on Kyubi. You're awfully flattering, Naruto. Maybe when you're a bit older you can let me out into the real world, Kurama said, but that is not why I brought you in here. I want to talk about this group that you are after. I might have an idea as to what they are searching for, her face suddenly getting a serious look on it. There are 3 artifacts that are said to be made by Kami himself. Individually they have the power to level mountains and split oceans, but that was not their purpose. They were originally part of a greater weapon, one that could both destroy and create life. If this group is in fact looking for the artifacts, then the world is in more danger than you believe. The device can create life so long as there are sacrifices, a soul for a soul sort of thing. If a person with a dark heart were to get his hands on all 3 artifacts, he could use it to create an undead army, one that would walk the earth till the end of days, destroying everything in its path. That is why Kami made us, the 9-tailed beasts. We were created originally to guard the 3 artifacts, 3 of us per artifact, but over time we got separated, and with the ever-changing world we lost track of them. We decided to split up and search for them across the elemental nations. But humans didn't like having us walk the earth, hence why all of my kin are now sealed, Kurama exclaimed. Well shit, was Naruto's brilliant answer. There has to be something we can do. What if someone who didn't have an evil heart found them instead? Naruto asked. I'm not exactly sure. Kami only warned us about someone with an evil heart, and normally people who are pure of heart would not seek out such power. If I had to guess, it would be the same as someone who is evil, just instead of monsters you would get holy warriors, Kurama said. I guess that would make the most sense. With all of you sealed though, it would be awfully hard to fight against an army like that without a lot of people being killed or hurt, Naruto said. That is true, that is why I must ask you this. Your father was a seal master, and so far it seems that you have a lot of talent with seals as well. I ask that you find a way to release us or at least give us a temporary body. If you could find a way to give all 9 of us a body, that would even the odds up greatly. I would suggest talking to that perverted hermit about seals. He is the only seal master that Fire Country has and would be your best start, Kurama almost pleaded. I must warn you though, the artifacts require a large amount of chakra to operate properly. If these people indeed are able to wield them, you will need to grow much stronger than you are now. Even the old man would have a hard time fighting them one-on-one. I can help you with training at night in your mind while your body rests. Thank you. I will talk to Ero-sennin whenever I see him next. I promise I will find a way to help you get your body back. But I will not let you stand alone against this threat. We are all in this together and I will help you however I can, Naruto said with conviction, making Kurama smile slightly. Such a strong will from someone so young. Your parents would be proud, Naruto-kun, Kurama said. Thanks, Kara-chan, but I think I should wake up now. I have training to do and I need to talk to Kakashi and Haku-chan, Naruto said as he stood up to leave. Alright Naruto, please just visit me more, or at least talk to me through our mind connection. And just remember, when you're older I might not be able to keep my hands off someone so strong. Kurama cooed in Naruto's ear, making him blush again and mumble something about stupid sexy vixens as he disappeared. Naruto woke, with a slight groan. Looking around he noticed that he was inside what he figured was Tazuna's house. He also noticed something else, a certain weight on his chest. Looking down he noticed Haku was asleep, head resting on his chest. Must have fallen asleep watching over me, Naruto thought with a smile. Looking around more he noticed that the sun was just starting to appear on the horizon. Making a quick shadow clone, Naruto switched places with it so he wouldn't have to wake Haku up, and silently made his way out of the room and down the stairs. Noticing no one else was up yet, Naruto decided to go outside and take in the morning air. He would never admit it to anyone other than Haku, but he really enjoyed watching the sun rise and set. So he exited the house and made his way up to the roof to watch the sunrise and think about what Kurama had told him. He was brought out of his thoughts a few minutes later when he felt a familiar chakra signature behind him. "Good morning, Haku-chan," Naruto said with a smile as he invited her to sit and watch the sunrise. "You know, Naruto, you could have woken me up. I enjoy watching the sunrise as much as you do," Haku said with a playful pout. "Sorry, Haku-chan, I was just thinking about something Kurama told me earlier," Naruto explained. "Oh? And what's that, Naruto-kun?" Haku asked, making Naruto explain everything that Kurama had told him. "That's certainly something to think about. We will definitely need to train a lot more if what she said is true," Haku exclaimed, never taking her eyes off the horizon. "I know, but right now I'd just like to enjoy right now," Naruto said as he put an arm over Haku's shoulder and brought her head to rest on his shoulder. "If this is how you're going to ask me out, you could have at least made me breakfast, Naruto-kun," Haku said playfully. "Who said I was asking you out? Maybe I just like the feeling of a beautiful girl being so close to me," Naruto said with a smirk, only to be smacked lightly by Haku, mumbling something about stupid blondes, making Naruto laugh lightly. "Besides, who said I didn't bring breakfast?" Naruto asked as he took out a scroll and applied a little chakra into it, revealing 2 breakfast rolls. "Happy now, Haku-chan?" Naruto asked as he handed her one. "It's not breakfast in bed, but I suppose it's good enough," Haku said as she took it, then pushed Naruto onto his back and rested her head on his chest again. "Hell, I could get used to this. You know you fell asleep on me and I woke up like this, right?" Naruto asked, making Haku blush lightly. "Tell anyone and I'll freeze you places you don't want frozen," Haku said, making Naruto pale lightly and nod his head. They were brought out of their moment when they heard Hinata yelling inside. "Kakashi-sensei, Kurenai-sensei, Naruto and Haku are gone. Well, I guess we should head inside now," Naruto said, making Haku groan slightly. Either of them wanted this moment to end so soon. They made their way inside and noticed everyone else was up and sitting around the living room. Hinata noticed Naruto and Haku walking fairly close together, and the smile on Haku's face, but decided not to say anything about it. After the little talk about Naruto the other day, they had grown closer, and developed a sort of playful rivalry over Naruto. Although they both knew there was nothing to be worried about, they wanted to see the other's reactions. "Naruto-kun!" Hinata yelled as she ran up and hugged him, slightly catching him off guard, but he recovered quickly and hugged her back. "Hey Hina-chan, were you that worried about me?" Naruto asked, stroking her back. "Yes, she was that worried about you. She didn't leave your side for the first day after we got here," Haku said with a smirk, earning a playful glare from Hinata along with a slight blush, as well as a light growl from Kiba. "Really, Hinata? I didn't know you cared about me that much," Naruto said, making Hinata stiffen a little in his arms. "It's alright, Hinata, I don't mind, and I'm sorry for worrying you. I promise it will take a lot more than that to keep me down." Naruto chuckled as Hinata backed out of the hug with a pout on her face, trying her best to glare at him. "Where were you two losers anyway?" Kiba asked, still a little pissed at the attention Naruto was getting from Hinata. "We were out on the roof talking and taking in the morning." "That reminds me, Kakashi-sensei, Kurenai-sensei, I have something I need to tell both of you," Naruto said. Hearing the serious tone Naruto had, they nodded, wondering what could cause the normally cheery and easygoing blonde to become so serious. "If you have to talk to them about the mission, you have to tell us too," Kiba said. "It's not about this mission, Kiba, it's something personal that only we are allowed to know," Naruto said, pointing to himself, Kurenai, Kakashi, and Haku. "Like you could know anything that's so important," Kiba replied. "Whether you believe me or not doesn't really matter to me. I have to talk to Kurenai and Kakashi in private, so unless you want to get in shit for insubordination, I'd suggest you back off," Naruto said, leveling a glare at Kiba that made him slightly sweat. "Yeah, whatever, just don't take too long, we need to start training because that bastard Zabuza is still alive," Kiba replied as he walked back upstairs. "Alright, Kakashi-sensei, Kurenai-sensei, let's go outside, it's very important," Naruto said as he walked back out through the door. The other three soon followed. When they were a safe distance from the house and Naruto was sure no one had followed them, he told them about the information Kurama had told him earlier. "Wait, Naruto, who is Kurama?" Kurenai asked. "Ah, that's right, I guess only Kakashi and Haku know. Kurama is Kyuubi, she told me this morning," Naruto said as if it was an everyday occurrence to talk to the Kyuubi. "Oh okay, wait, what?" Kurenai yelled. "You can talk to the Kyuubi? And did you say SHE? Yeah, we talk sometimes. She is actually very nice unless she is teasing you," Naruto said with a slight blush, remembering how Kurama had teased him this morning. "Well shit, I never imagined the most powerful of the tailed beasts to be female," Kurenai said. "Yeah, not a lot of people do. But at least you didn't ask to see her human form like Kakashi-sensei did after I described her to him," Naruto said with a slight chuckle. Kakashi paled slightly at the look Kurenai was giving him and tried to make an excuse up. "I swear I just wanted to talk to her to make sure she wasn't just them playing Naruto," Kakashi said, hoping that the Ice Queen of Konoha and #1 pervert hater would buy his excuse. Too bad for him it didn't work, and she used a genjutsu on him that made him watch as his signed collection of Ika Ika was being burned. "Well, that's something you don't see every day," Naruto said as he watched his sensei cry and scream about his precious being burned. "But we need to go back, we need to train, especially the rookies, maybe teach them tree climbing and a few low-level jutsus," Naruto said as he turned back to Kurenai. That's a good idea, Naruto. I can see why you are already Chunin. After your performance with both the Demon Brothers and Zabuza, you could easily be Jounin, and I'll recommend a promotion for you and Haku when we get back to Konoha. Kurenai said with a smile on her face. Thanks, Kurenai-sensei. But I would rather get a few more missions under my belt first. Maybe after the Chunin exams I'll talk to the old man about some sort of assessment, Naruto said as he turned to walk back to the house with Haku, leaving a slightly stunned Kurenai behind. That boy is going to grow to be a wonderful shinobi, and very hot too. Wait, where did that come from? Kurenai thought as she dropped the genjutsu on Kakashi and started walking back to the house with him still crying and mumbling about saving his precious. After a quick breakfast, where Kiba once again tried to get information out of Naruto and Haku, the two teams made their way out into the forest behind Tizuna's house. Naruto created a few shadow clones to go back and watch over the house, just in case some of Gato's samurai came looking for Tizuna. Alright, we are going to be working on chakra control exercises today, Kakashi said as they came to a stop in a large clearing. What kind of exercises, Kakashi-sensei? Hinata asked. Tree climbing. Kakashi replied. Ha, what kind of stupid exercise is that? Tree climbing, don't be ridiculous. How is that going to help chakra control? Kiba said. Stupid mutt, just shut up and watch. Naruto said as he made his way towards a tree and started walking up it, shocking Kiba and Sakura, while Sasuke was impassive and Hinata was impressed. Exactly, Naruto, tree climbing without your hands. The trick is to add chakra your feet and keep it at the same level. If you add too much chakra you will be blown back from the tree, to little chakra, and you will slip and fall backwards, Kakashi said as he too walked up a tree, followed shortly by Kurenai and Haku. Kakashi-sensei, may I suggest something else? Naruto asked. Getting a nod from Kakashi, he continued. To be honest, this mainly applies to Sakura, but Sasuke, Kiba and Hinata would benefit from it as well, Naruto said, earning their attention. Sakura, while I already know that you have above average chakra control for a genin, that is based off your current level of chakra. The lower level of chakra you have, the easier it is to control. So you're saying that I have very little chakra? Sakura asked, for once paying attention to what he had to say. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. It is actually quite normal for someone like you. Either of your parents were shinobi, so don't feel bad about it. What I'm going to suggest is after you have mastered tree climbing to start sparring together or training while staying on the tree. It will help boost both your chakra control and capacity. Naruto explained, earning a nod from Sakura. You must have very little chakra then if you can already do this, Kiba said with a smug look on his face, finally happy that he had something to hold over Naruto, or so he thought. Kurenai-sensei, I feel a little sorry for you, Naruto said as he turned from Kiba to Kurenai, then back to Kiba. In truth, dog boy, I have more chakra than everyone here combined. I've practiced my chakra control for years. In fact, in the morning train having an all-out brawl with a couple hundred shadow clones while water walking, which is way above the level of tree climbing. I've already said this to the Amo team over there, but I'll repeat it just for you. Your arrogance will get you killed. Underestimating an opponent is the worst thing you could do. If I was your enemy I could have already killed you, Naruto said. Now get to work, and use these to mark your progress, Naruto said as he flung kunai at their feet. We don't have to listen to you, Kiba shouted. Actually you do. Kurenai and Kakashi left a few minutes ago. I'm in charge of your training for today, Naruto said with a twisted smile. By the end of the day you're going to wish I wasn't here, he added as the other four got to work with tree climbing. Later that day, not wanting Naruto to be there would be an understatement. Everyone hated him. They wished he had never been born. Never again, Sasuke said as he walked in the front door, cloths ripped and sweat still dripping off his face, followed closely by Sakura and Kiba. A smiling Naruto and Haku followed a few moments after, the first carrying a sleeping Hinata on his back. Fun day you three? Kakashi asked. If they could see under his mask they would see that he was smirking. I never want him to train us again, Sasuke said as he slumped into one of the open chairs at the kitchen table. Kurenai entered and seeing Hinata asleep on Naruto's back smiled slightly, but was still a little worried about how her surrogate little sister was. Is she okay, Naruto? She asked. Yes, she is fine. She did great today, you should be proud of her. She was the first one to finish the first step of the tree climbing. She even asked me to spar with her until she couldn't go anymore. I'm giving her tomorrow off to rest, Naruto said as he laid Hinata down on the couch with a proud smile on his face. I'll stay up and make sure she eats later, okay, Kurenai-sensei? Alright, Naruto, thank you for looking after her, Kurenai said with a smile, watching how Hinata was being treated by her crush. I hope I'm in that position someday. Wait, what? Kurenai thought, a little startled by the more intimate thoughts she was having about Naruto now that she has seen how much of a gentleman he is. Hinata woke up a few hours later, and they started to eat dinner. It was eaten in relative silence until a young boy stood up and slammed his hands on the table. Why do you all try so hard? You will never be able to beat Gato. Heroes don't exist, he yelled. I bet none of you have ever had a hard life. None of you know what pain is, he added, making both Kakashi and Haku flinch at his last sentence. Naruto stood slowly, head down and hairs covering his eyes, making the others wonder if he was going to snap at the young boy, but were surprised when he started taking his jacket off. I don't think you know the true meaning of the word pain, kid. Naruto said as he dropped his jacket to the floor. Haku flinched, knowing exactly what Naruto was doing. You're not the only one who has lived a hard life. A close friend of mine was ordered the Hokage of our village to betray his family. Another friend, Naruto said, glancing quickly at Haku, was born into a world of hatred for having what we shinobi call a bloodline. They were almost killed by their own father at a young age, then had to live on a street till I found them and brought them back to Konoha with me. He said, leaving out a few details so they wouldn't know who he was talking about. And me, he started as he started lifting his shirt, earning gasps from Sakura, Kurenai and Tizana's daughter. I'd been hated by my village since the day I was born. I got all these scars before I was even 5 years old. He explained, making the young boy gasp and Hinata start to cry slightly. Haku looked away. She had seen this before, but it was never easy for her. You might have lived a tough life, kid, but you had a mother who loves you and a roof over your head. I was kicked out of an orphanage at the age of 4 and had to fend for myself till I was 6, going through people's trash cans trying to find scraps of food. The first 3 years of my life I spent more time in a hospital bed than I did at the orphanage, and it only got worse after I was kicked out. So yeah, maybe you have had a rough life, but don't bitch about it because there is always someone who has had it worse than you have, Naruto said as he started putting his shirt back on and made his way out the door and onto the roof, leaving a stunned group of people behind him. Will he be fine, Haku? Kakashi asked, worried about his student. Yeah, just give him some time to cool down, and he will be back to normal. I'll go talk to him in a few minutes, she said as she started eating again, a sad look on her face. The rest soon followed. The young boy finished his meal inside and ran upstairs. For once, Sasuke and Sakura said nothing about Naruto, and after what he had revealed to them they felt a small amount of respect grow for the young blonde. The rest of the week went by without incident. Hinata took the next day off to stay around the house, much to her protest, while the rest went and trained. The teams alternated days between guarding Tizuna and training, and every day Naruto would leave clones at the house just in case something happened. On the day that Zabuza was supposed to show up again, Kakashi told Naruto and Haku to stay back at the house and come a little later, before he left with Kurenai and the others. Naruto and Haku had spent the past few hours in the backyard going through basic footwork and kenjutsu exercises when they heard a scream from inside. They rushed inside to see 2 samurai with a hold on Tizuna's daughter and the young boy from a few days ago trying to get them off of her. You know, it's not nice to try and force such a pretty lady to go with you when clearly she doesn't want to, Naruto said as he drew foxfire and started walking towards the 2 samurai. Channeling a bit of fire chakra into the blade gave it a slightly red glow, and before long flames started dancing along the blade. Stop right there. I'll kill her. One of the men yelled as he held his sword up to her neck, only for the young blonde in front of them to disappear. Too late. Naruto whispered in the samurai's ear, before delivering a hard chop to the back of the man's neck, knocking him out. Quickly grabbing Tizuna's daughter he disappeared and reappeared beside Haku, and gently laid her on the ground. Now what to do with you? Naruto said as he turned and looked at the other samurai, icy blue eyes meeting fearful hazel ones. You're just a little kid. I won't fall for the same trick this idiot did. The man yelled as he got into an offensive stance. Good, that means I'm going to enjoy this. I only need one of you alive anyways, Naruto said as he charged the man, closing the distance within seconds, sending a kick to the man's stomach, sending him flying through the door. Naruto walked out casually as he reapplied chakra to his sword, just enough to make the blade red hot. Now you're going to tell me exactly what I want to know, or I'll force it out of you, Naruto said as he ran the tip of his blade up the man's bare shin, making him scream, and leaving a long, slender burn. Go to hell, he said through gritted teeth. I'm already on my way there, but I'll be sure to make your ride quick and painless if you cooperate, and if not, well, Naruto trailed off as he held the flat end of his blade over the man's cheek, making him scream again. That's the image the rest of them saw when they exited the house. The young boy's mother instantly covered his eyes and looked away. I'm only going to say this once, this is not how Naruto normally is, but he hates people like Gato who would use you to get to your grandfather. I have only ever seen him this way a few other times, and he doesn't enjoy it. Please don't think anything of him. He is doing this to keep you and your family safe, Haku said as she watched Naruto work. A few agonizing screams later, and the man was ready to talk. Gato sent us here to get the woman. He wanted to kill her in front of the bridge builder to make him regret building the bridge. Your little friends should already be dead. Zabuza and the demon brothers were sent to the bridge ahead to kill everyone, but Gato has other plans. He is going to kill all 3 of them after the fight when they are weakened. The man said, now let me go like you said you would, you little shit. My, I don't think we have to worry about Zabuza. After all, they are working for me, Naruto said, making the man's eyes along with Tizuna's daughter's eyes grow wide. And when did I say I would let you live? If I recall correctly, I said I would make your trip to hell less painless. And with a quick slash of his sword, he separated the man's head from his body. Haku, tie the other one up and gag him in case he wakes up, then we is going to the bridge to kill Gato, Naruto said as he cleaned the blood from his blade. You don't like killing, do you? I can see the remorse in your eyes, the young woman asked. Life is not something someone should take without good reason, and while I had a perfectly good reason to kill that man, I never enjoy killing. The fact that I don't enjoy it is the only thing that keeps me human, and not some blood-crazed killer. Naruto said. You should be proud of him, you know, he tried to protect you even when there was no possible way he could. That makes him alright in my books, Naruto said as he looked at the little boy with a soft smile. Alright Naruto, I tied him up and left him in the backyard, we can talk to him when we get back. Haku said as she stepped out of the house. No, there is no need, I already got everything we need. The demon brothers have a map to Gato's hideout, remember? And we already know Gato is planning to betray Zabuza-sensei, so things should be easy from here on out, Naruto said as he turned to leave, soon followed by Haku, who looked back and gave a soft smile to Tazuna's daughter. Naruto and Haku arrived to see Kakashi and Kurenai facing off against Zabuza, while Kiba, Hinata, Sakura and Sasuke had their hands full with the demon brothers. Noticing Naruto and Haku slowly making their way onto the bride, Kiba yelled at them. Hey losers! We could use some help here. Hurry the fuck up! He yelled, making the demon brothers and Zabuza stop fighting when they saw Naruto. Well, little Naruto has come back for more, Zabuza said, then noticing the serious look on Naruto's face began to wonder what was going on. Zabuza-sensei, Gozu, Meizu, stand down, there has been a change of plans, Naruto said, making Zabuza raise his eyebrows and the demon brothers kneeled down on one knee. Naruto-sama, what is wrong? Gozu asked. Gato sent a couple of samurai to Tazuna's house to capture Tazuna's daughter this morning. He was planning on killing her in front of you to make you regret building the bridge. After a little, Naruto paused before continuing, trying to find the correct words so the others wouldn't know what he did. Persuasion. I got the man to talk. Gato was planning on killing the three of you after you fought Kakashi, Kurenai, and the rest of teams 8 and 7. Naruto said, earning a low growl from Zabuza. Naruto, you traitor! You know we're with these guys all along. Kiba yelled as he started to charge Naruto, only to be stopped by Kurenai. Kurenai-sensei? Kiba asked, confused as to why her sensei would stop him from killing a traitor. Let him talk, Kiba, there is more to this story than you know, she said quietly as she looked at the rest of her team, trying to judge their reactions. Thank you, Kurenai, Naruto said. Now then, dog breath, yes, I know these three. Zabuza is part of the group that trained me. The Hokage gave us all a special mission that only few know about, Naruto said, glancing at Kurenai and Kakashi. Due to his past as a missing nin, we sent Zabuza to infiltrate Gato's company in hopes of finding information pertaining to our mission. While he didn't find anything, he did find that Gato had plans of killing Tazuna on his way back from Konoha. So he sent me a letter and I personally requested our two teams be sent on this mission. My team for the obvious reason that Haku and I are friends with Zabuza and these two. Naruto paused and pointed at the demon brothers. And your team because I thought it would be good practice for you, as you are supposed to be a tracking team. And I have to admit the only one who proved capable was Hinata, sorry Shino, because she noticed the genjutsu that the demon brothers used on our way here. If you hadn't been busy trying to flirt with Hinata-chan and give others orders, you would have easily been able to smell them, even I could, no offense, Naruto said, looking at the demon brothers who had small tick marks on their foreheads. So Naruto-kun, this was more of a tea test? Hinata asked, happy that Naruto was proud of her but a little upset that he hadn't told her while his team seemed to know. Sort of, Hinata-chan, for this mission to work properly Zabuza had to act like he wanted to really kill Tazuna, and had to fight seriously against us too, as I'm sure you realize, Kakashi, as well as Kurenai, Naruto said, earning a nod from both and a slight smirk from Zabuza. If Zabuza I is why your friend, then why did he hurt you as so be bad? Hinata asked, getting more upset with Naruto for putting himself in that position. We had to make it believable. If we didn't, I'm sure you and Shino would have figured out something was going on, and like I told you before, it would take a lot more than that to keep me down, Hinata-chan, Naruto said with a shrug. Maybe I'll aim to slice a little deeper if you keep being so arrogant, brat, Zabuza said as he walked towards Naruto, making the other rookies tense slightly. They still didn't quite trust him. We have to have another spare like that sometime. You are almost able to beat me, brat, just a little longer, he said with a smirk as he punched Naruto on the arm. That's for stabbing me, you bastard. You could have just cut me like I did to you. Sorry, geez, don't hold a fucking grudge, Zabuza-sensei, Naruto said as he rubbed his now sore arm. Easy there, brat. You may be my leader but I can still beat the shit out of you, Zabuza replied with a smirk, earning a little glare from both Haku and Hinata. Noticing Hinata, he decided to poke fun at Naruto a little longer. Looks like you bagged another girlfriend, and Naruto? He asked as he pointed at Hinata, making said girl blush deep crimson, and Kiba fume. You jealous, Zabuza-sensei? You haven't gotten any action since you lost your eyebrows, Naruto said with a smirk of his own, making Haku and Kakashi giggle, while everyone else just sweat dropped at Naruto's carefree attitude. Shut it, brat, we promise never to talk about that, Zabuza said, a tick mark forming on his forehead. Sorry, guess I forgot. Anyways, according to Samurai, Gato should be getting here shortly, Naruto said, getting serious again. As if on cue, a short fat man came through the mist clapping, followed by a large group of samurai. Well, looks like the demon of the bloody mist has been reduced to working for a young brat, the fat man said. Watch how you talk about him, Gato. I won't allow for anyone to disrespect him. He may be young but he is talented as a ninja and a great leader. Zabuza said, as he, Meizu, and Gozu stepped in front of the group, followed by Haku and Naruto. Kakashi-sensei, let us handle this. I don't think any of them are ready to kill yet. Naruto said as he pointed to the rest of the genin. And Hinata-chan, I'm not going to enjoy this. Naruto said as he unsheathed the Dragon's Bane and Foxfire. Whoever kills the least buys the sake tonight. Zabuza yelled as he charged at Gato's men. Naruto smirked at Zabuza's attitude but followed soon after. The next few minutes could only be described as a complete massacre. Even Kakashi and Kurenai paled at what Naruto and Haku were capable of. It looked like they were just dancing through the samurai, leaving in their wake a path of dismembered bodies and blood behind them. Sakura, Hinata, Kiba and even Sasuke felt their food coming back up as they watched that their teammates were capable of, while Shino remained impassive. But if you looked closely enough you could see even he was more pale than usual. Heh, I think you are getting slow in your old age, Zabuza-sensei. Naruto said as he cleaned the blood off of his blades and resheathed them. You just got lucky, brat. But it looks like Gozu is buying the sake tonight. Zabuza said with a smirk. Fuck you, Zabuza. Gozu said, earning a laugh from both Naruto and Zabuza. Now, what should we do with this fat swine? Zabuza asked as he made his way towards Gato, making the man pale as he watched the man covered in blood walk towards him. We leave him for the villagers, they suffered the most. They should be the ones to decide his fate. Naruto said, as he knocked Gato out, and handed him to Zabuza to carry back to the village. I'm sorry you all had to see that, but this is what comes with being a shinobi. If you aren't ready for it right now, that's fine. I wouldn't expect anyone, other than maybe Zabuza, to be able to kill fresh out of the academy. Naruto said, better watch it, brat, remember what I said earlier. Zabuza said with a smirk. Although I do agree with you, none of these kids are ready for the real world yet, they didn't go through the same training I did, and for good reason too. Kakashi said, making Kurenai nod her head in agreement, while the rest of the genin looked on in confusion. What do you mean, Kakashi-sensei? Sakura asked. Kiri prided itself on having strong shinobi, so during the academy they would pair two kids up and have them train together, become friends, and even establish relationships on rare occasion. Their graduation test was a fight to the death between the two people who had been paired together. Kakashi explained, making the rest of the genin pale. They were definitely happy they weren't part of Kiri. Well, that was the test until I came along. Zabuza said with a sick smile, remembering his graduation test. What do you mean? This time it was Kiba who asked. I murdered my entire academy class, teachers and all. That's the reason I got my nickname, the Demon of the Bloody Mist. After that year they turned to more conventional ways of testing kids to become genin. It's a shame really. Zabuza said, not the rest of them definitely were happy to not have been a part of Kiri. Why, you're a monster. Sakura stammered. Maybe, but it's more fun than being human. You're all just lucky I've mellowed out a lot. Zabuza explained. You call that shit mellow? Kiba asked in disbelief as he pointed to the dead bodies spread out across the bridge. Hey, most of that was Naruto and Haku. If it were me there would be a lot more blood. Now as much as I like talking to all of you I would prefer to go back to the village and rest. It's been a long fucking day. Zabuza said. Looking back over the bridge, Kiba realized that most of the bodies were either covered in ice or burned and charred. He silently made a note to not piss Naruto or Haku off. 1 week later, Teams 7 and 8, along with Zabuza and the Demon Brothers, had stayed in Wave until the bridge was finished. During their time there, Naruto, Haku, and Zabuza had managed to find Gato's treasury and sealed away all the money, wanting to leave a little gift for the people of Wave when they left. The rest of the genin were still a little weary of Naruto and Haku. They couldn't believe that someone so young could cause as much death as they had seen a week before, but remembered Naruto's words at the end of everything, and they had constantly asked themselves during the week if they were ready to live that kind of life. Naruto had spent most of his time with Zabuza and Haku, but he had rare occasions where Hinata would visit with him, and they would talk for hours as they wandered around the village. They even caught a few sunsets together. Naruto and Haku had kept their relationship a secret from the others, not out of embarrassment, but a relationship is not usually something shinobi have, although both of them kind of figured that Hinata knew and asked her not to say anything about it. Now it was the day they were scheduled to leave. The bridge had been built the day before and last night had been a night of celebration for Wave, celebrating both the bridge and the people who made it possible for the bridge to get finished. What are we going to name the bridge? A random villager asked as they watched the Konoha shinobi disappear into the distance. Good question. How about the Bride of Fire and Ice, in memory of the two who decided to help us even though they knew the original mission was a lie? Tazuna said, earning cheers from the rest of the crowd. Just as the cheering subsided, a clone of Naruto appeared beside Tazuna, making the old man jump slightly. Hey old man, this is from the boss. Just rub a little of your blood over the marking on the bottom of the scroll. The clone said before disappearing in a puff of smoke. Not wasting any time, Tazuna unrolled the scroll and cut his finger. Rubbing a little blood over the marking at the bottom, he was surprised when 4 large coffers appeared out of thin air. He opened the first coffer and gasped when he saw it was full of gold, with a note written on the underside of the lid. Happy rebuilding old man, from Naruto. Tazuna chuckled lightly as he read the note. Wave Country would never forget the generosity of the young blonde. A few months had passed since the team's combined mission to Wave Country. Naruto relayed the information he had gotten from Kyuubi to the Hokage, and he had made sure to inform the rest of the Chunin and Jounin to up their training, as well as Team Senseis to start more advanced training for their genin. And once again, we find a fairly irritated Team 7 inside the Hokage's office. What do you mean Naruto Baka and Haku Baka are already Chunin? What about Sasuke-kun? Sakura screamed. Yeah, why have the Dobe and his little girlfriend already gotten promotions when I, an elite Uchiha, am still a genin? Sasuke said, earning a slight glare/blush from both Naruto and Haku. She isn't my girlfriend, Team Naruto said, at least not yet, he thought as he stole a sideways glance at Haku, only to see a slightly pained expression on her face. Naruto hated saying something like that in front of her, but it was true. While they had been on a few more dated, he hadn't quite had the courage to ask her out. Soon though, he thought again with a smile. Whatever Dobe, maybe I should just have her given to me by the council. Sasuke said, trying to get a reaction out of Naruto. They have already tried, Team. For one, she is under my clan's protection, so she can't be forced into anything she doesn't want, and two, I believe she already has someone she likes, and I wouldn't let anything get in the way of her happiness. Naruto said, making Haku smile at what Naruto had hinted at. As much as I would love to hear your witless banter, you two, we have things that we need to discuss. For one, Naruto and Haku have both been graded and tested on their skill level, and while they are at a higher level of skill than all other Chunin, they lack field experience, which is why they were put onto a genin team, and from the reports I received about your mission from Wave, Naruto had performed perfectly when given the chance to lead. Sasuke, while you are very talented for a genin, you lack the attitude worthy of higher rank. You're rude, arrogant, and brash. Two of those are traits that will most likely wind up in your death, the Hokage said, earning a smirk from Naruto, Haku, and Kakashi, although you couldn't see it because of his mask, and a glare from both Sasuke and Sakura. Now then, the reason that I called you here, Team 7, is because the Chunin exams are coming up. And with the fact that Naruto and Haku are already at the level of Chunin, you need a new team member. Hiruzen said. What? Why? Sakura asked. If Naruto Baka and Haku Baka are already Chunin, me and Sasuke should be able to beat the test easily. Naruto-kun and Haku-kun have been getting trained by A and S ranked ninjas for the past 6 years. I do not think you would be able to pass the test we gave them. I can assure you it is way harder than the normal Chunin exam. The Hokage half lied, they didn't really have a test. But Sasuke and Sakura would never get the same recommendation from Itachi and Zabuza as Naruto and Haku did. Sakura deflated slightly at this. She thought this was a chance to prove he worth to Sasuke, but the Hokage shot her down. Sasuke, however, did not take the news as well as Sakura did. Why did they get special training when I didn't? I'm the last Uchiha, and the fact that these two have been trained by my brother should be enough to prove they cannot be trusted. Sasuke yelled. There are more things surrounding what happened with Itachi-sensei than you need to know, Sasuke team. You should not concern yourself with matters way above your rank, Naruto said emotionlessly. But on the inside he was pissed. Itachi had been one of the very first people Naruto had considered a special person aside from the Hokage and the father-daughter duo at Ichiharo's ramen, even enough to consider him a brother, and the fact that Sasuke would take jabs at his brother whenever he could make Naruto's blood boil. That's enough, Sasuke. One more outburst like that and I will keep you out of the Chunin exams for this year. As your sensei, I have the final word on if you are allowed to enter or not. Kakashi yelled, obviously as fed up with Sasuke's attitude as most everyone else. Thank you, Kakashi, the Hokage said. Now then, your teammate has already been selected for you. His name is Sai, and starting tomorrow he will be training with you to get a feel for how you two work. I hope to see a good showing from your team, Kakashi. After all, the last Uchiha is on it. Hiruzen said, although Sasuke and Sakura thought the Hokage was giving Sasuke a compliment even though he wasn't. Hi, Hokage-sama. Kakashi said. Now then, you three are dismissed. Naruto, Haku, I need to talk to you separately. Please stay. The Hokage stated. And for once, Sasuke and Sakura didn't argue or complain. But looking up from his desk he saw that Kakashi had taken them away before they could. Brownie points for Kakashi. Looks like Asuma will have to do the next Tora mission, the old Hokage thought with a smirk. Now then, you two, I want to talk about what you will be doing during the Chunin exams, but before the old man could finish a young boy burst through the door. Ha! Today is the day I beat you and take the title of Hokage, old man. A young boy with brown hair wearing a blue scarf around his neck yelled as he rushed the Hokage with a wooden kunai. Naruto and Haku both watched in amusement as the young boy only made it a few feet before tripping over his own scarf, landing face food on the floor and sliding a couple feet before he came to a stop. Hey, this is your 4th attempt this week, honorable grandson. Naruto teased, making the young boy look up from his place on the floor with a smile on his face. Just what I would expect from my rival. Tripping me like the very first time we met. But it won't always work, Naruto, the young boy yelled, making Naruto grin, while Haku and the Hokage's sweat dropped. Hey, just like that day, you tripped over your own scarf, Konohamaru. It had nothing to do with me. Naruto said, how about we play ninja later? Me and Haku-chan have something to talk about with the old man. I'll find you when we are done. Okay, but don't take too long. The future Hokage doesn't like to wait. Konohamaru yelled as he dusted himself off, then ran out the door, completely forgetting about Hiruzen. I'm right anyways, Naruto. As I was saying, I need to talk to you two about the Chunin exams. I have a few things I would like the both of you to do. The Hokage said. What might those be, old man? Naruto asked. Well, the first test is an information gathering test. The proctor is Ibiki. I'm sure you both know him. The Hokage said, earning a nod from both Chunins. Ibiki's name is known far and wide for his skill in interrogation. It's a written test that is made up of questions too hard for any regular genin to answer, so we will be having a few Chunin disguise themselves as genin and take the test so that there are a few people to cheat off of. Alright, that sounds fine. Where do I have to be and at what time? Haku asked. She didn't really like that she had to do part of the test anyways even though she was already a Chunin, but she wouldn't argue with the Hokage over something so little. Be at the academy at 9 a.m. in 2 days. Hiruzen said. Hi, Hokage-sama. Now, Naruto, I want you to help with part 2 of the exam. It's being created by one of Ibiki's subordinates. Her name is Anko Madarashi. She is also known as the Snake Mistress because she was the former student of my old student Orochimaru. I know who she is, and although she can be rather bloodthirsty at sometimes I can tell that often she feels like how I used to. I've been meaning to talk to her for a while now. I might be able to take care of her curse seal for good if I could get a good look at it. Naruto explained, just let me know what you want me to do and I'll do it. Alright, well I want you to find Anko. She will most likely be at the interrogation unit HQ. Or at her favorite dango shop located on the other side of Konoha, and help her create the tests. She will give you more details when you find her. Hi, is that all, old man? Naruto said as he went to stand up. Hi Naruto, Haku, that's all for now, thank you for helping. The Hokage said as he watched Naruto and Haku leave. Half-hour later, dango shop. Naruto had left Haku shortly after leaving the Hokage's office saying that he needed to find Anko but he would be sure to stop by and see her later. He had checked the interrogation department to find that Anko had already left. So Naruto had made his way across Konoha to the dango shop and was currently looking for a person matching Anko's description. Gah! How hard could it be to find someone with bright purple hair? Naruto said, frustrated. Purple hair, are you looking for me, brat? A woman said behind him. Turning around, Naruto saw what he thought had to be the most revealing shinobi outfit ever. Fishnet shirt underneath an unbuttoned tan trench coat that barely held her very appealing bust, topped with a very, very short skirt that Naruto knew had to be illegal for indecent, or in this case, very decent, exposure. Are you Anko? Naruto asked dumbly. The one and only cutie. Now what did you want from me? Anko asked. Well, my name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. The Hokage asked me to help you create the second test for the Chunin exams and told me I could find you here, so here I am. Naruto said, still finding it hard not to look at the beautiful young woman in front of him. So you're the Namikaze brat that everyone else has been talking about. Guess you do look a little like your father, and from what I've heard you act a lot like your mother, Anko said. Did you know my parents? Naruto asked. Personally, no. But everyone knows who the Yellow Flash is, as well as your mother, the red hot-blooded habanero, the only kunoichi that has ever rivaled Lady Tsunade in strength. Your parents are quite the legend, kid. Anko said. I see, other than Kakashi-sensei, it's hard to find people who personally knew my parents. But we can talk about that later. I know who you are and who your old master was, and with your permission after the Chunin exams are over I would like to take a look at your curse seal. From what I have heard it was still in its developmental stage when Orochimaru put it on you. I may be able to break it down to basic seals and figure out a way to take it off. Naruto explained, earning a gasp from Anko. Cece, could you really take it off? Anko asked a little shakily. She had heard people say they could take it off before, but all they really wanted was to get with the Snake Mistress of Konoha. I'm not sure, like I said I want to take a look at it to figure out if I can or not. You and I are a lot alike, Anko. Being stuck with things that we have no control over and being considered an outcast for them. I would like nothing more than to be able to help you live a normal life. But please, let's discuss the Chunin exams for right now. Naruto said as he took a seat across from Anko, who just nodded dumbly, the thought of losing her curse seal still on her mind. What exactly do you have planned so far? Well, really all I know right now is that it's going to be in the Forest of Death. There will be close to 40 teams this year, so I'm hoping that Ibiki's test will be hard enough to lower that number to around 20 to 25, then I should be able to cut that number in half. But if only a couple teams fail the first test, if my test isn't good enough there will be too many participants for the third round. Anko explained, earning a nod from Naruto. How about this, we have 2 options set up, each based on how many people pass the first exam. Naruto suggested. You know, that actually isn't a bad idea, brat. Anko said with a smirk. What exactly did you have in mind? I have a name you know, Naruto said with a tick mark, making Anko's smirk grow wider. But I was thinking if we have a lower level of people pass the test we split 2 stacks of scrolls between the remaining teams, and for a team to pass they each have to have one of each scroll, that would effectively cut the number by at least halfway. Naruto said, earning a nod from Anko. It was a good idea for a test that had a lower number of participants. Now then, if there are a lot of teams that pass the test, we will have a limited amount of scrolls spread out around the forest. To pass the test they need to find the scrolls and make their way to the tower. Each scroll will be guarded by traps and spread throughout the entirety of the Forest of Death. That way we can limit the number of teams that pass to a specific number. It will also test the team's skill at getting in and out of places that are layered with traps while holding valuable information. Very good idea, brat. I personally like the second one better. I hope there are a lot of teams that pass. When will we have a chance to set the scrolls and traps up though? That would take a lot longer than 2 days to do, Anko asked. I already have some shadow clones doing it. The traps and scrolls will be set up and just need to be activated. I will make more clones the morning of the exam and make them go to where the traps are. If we need to, I will activate them. If not, then we will just hand out scrolls and I will get the clones to disarm the traps. Naruto explained. Your plan, for lack of a better term, is amazing. For someone at such a young age to be able to think out a test like this and have an ulterior reason behind it is amazing, and I hardly ever give out compliments. Anko said. Heh, thanks. I guess I should get going though. I promised someone that I would meet them soon, so if you need me, come find me at my compound. I'll write down the directions for you, Naruto said as he took out a piece of paper and some ink and started writing on it. I probably won't be home for another few hours, but if you need me for anything regarding the test or your curse mark, just come find me, Naruto said with a smile as he stood up and left, leaving Anko to mule over her own thoughts. Kurei-chan was right. This young man will indeed be a good catch when he is older. Maybe I should try and get to know him more. Too bad about the CRA though, and I'm not really one for sharing. -10 minutes later, Naruto was currently looking for Konohamaru. While he believed that playing ninja was something for little kids to do, after his first encounter with Konohamaru a few months prior, they had developed a bond quickly, and he had come to see the young Sarutobi as a little brother more than a rival, even if he would never say it. Naruto made it his personal mission to look out for and help Konohamaru however he could, whether it was just playing with him or helping him train to become stronger. It didn't matter to Naruto, he enjoyed the time they spent together. As he was walking though, he heard a slight commotion from around the corner, and decided to check it out. What he saw when he came around the corner was Team 7, along with the Konohamaru's friends Udan and Moigi, while Konohamaru was being held up by a tall boy wearing all black. Looking at the headband, he recognized it as a Suna headband. Hey Suna Shinobi, what do you think you are doing attacking the Hokage's grandson like that? Naruto said as he made his presence known. That's when he noticed the girl behind the taller boy, and the spiky blonde pigtails that he would recognize anywhere. Temari, is that you? Naruto asked. Said blonde girl just turned around with a shocked face, mixed with a bit of fear at what she had heard about Hokage's grandson. And Naruto? Is that you? It's been years. Temari asked. Wait, where is Haku? Hey, yeah, it has been. How is Gaara since Erosenin fixed the seal? And Haku is back at my compound. You guys should come stay with me or at least visit while you are here, Naruto explained, completely forgetting about Konohamaru and the other spectators. Oh, Kankuro, you might want to put him down. He is basically my little brother, and he is the Hokage's grandson, Naruto added, making Kankuro pale slightly and Konohamaru smile widely at being called Naruto's brother. Kankuro, put him down. You are embarrassing Suna. Came a voice that seemed to resonate from all around them, making Naruto smirk. Alright, number 1, get your sandy ass down here, Naruto said, seemingly to no one. Up above in the trees, Sasuke was sitting with a smirk, thinking Naruto was talking about him. So dope. Finally realized him, Sasuke started but was cut off as a ball of sand flew into his mouth, making Sasuke's eyes widen as he realized there was someone else above him. I didn't even sense him, yet Naruto did. How the fuck is he so much stronger than me? Sasuke thought. The young red-haired boy behind Sasuke seemed to disappear in a swirl of sand, only to reappear again in between Naruto and Temari, entering a stare-down with the blonde Jinchuriki, making all present except for Temari and Kankuro wonder if they were about to fight. After about a minute of nothing but staring, both broke out into a wide grin and shook each other's hand, making everyone watching let out a silent sigh. So Gaara, how have you been since Erosenin fixed the seal for number 1? Naruto asked, confusing the Konoha shinobi present, while the two others from Suna just had warm smiles on their faces. It's good to see you again, Uzumaki, and he has been quite since the seal was fixed, Gaara said, making Naruto frown slightly, making Gaara give him a questioning look. I thought that was a good thing. What is the look for, Uzumaki? Gaara, we have been friends for years. Please just call me Naruto. Since everyone else has figured out I am the son of the 4th Hokage, it's Naruto-sama this, Naruto-sama that. It's so fucking annoying, Naruto said, making Temari giggle slightly. Perhaps, Uzumaki? Gaara said with a bit of a smirk, making Naruto grow a tick mark. Your sense of humor is really shitty, Gaara. I hope you know that, Naruto said, making Gaara's smirk grow slightly larger. Ahem, would someone mind explaining what the fuck is going on? How do you know these foreigners, Naruto? Sakura asked, making Naruto turn his attention from his reunion back to Team 7 as well as the Konohamaru Corps. Hey, yeah, I guess during my travels I spent a couple months training under Jiraiya of the Sannin, my father's sensei, and we came to Suna. There are a few things that I can't tell you, but Gaara had a seal that needed to be fixed, and we fixed it. Gaara's father, being the Kazekage, invited us to stay for a few days. We spent a lot of time together seemingly as we were all kids. These 3 are siblings. Gaara is the youngest while Temari is the oldest and prettiest flower in the desert, Naruto said with a smirk, making Temari blush and Kankuro smirk. You know, Naruto, she has had the big act. Kankuro started but was cut off as Temari's fan found the back of his head, making a nice imprint. Well, this was fun and all, but I should get back home. Haku-chan is waiting for me, Naruto said as he started to walk off. Oh, and Temari-chan, maybe we should go out for dinner while you are here. We can, talk about that big crush you have on me, he added before disappearing in Shunshin, leaving a severely blushing Temari, a smirking Kankuro, even though his face was still an inch in the ground. And surprisingly enough, Gaara. You know, Temari, I think he would be perfect for you, but I think you will have to fight for him, Gaara said before he too disappeared in the Shunshin, leaving a semi-blissful Temari behind. Gaara has never approved of any boy before. Haki, you better be ready. I'm bringing the fight to you. Chapter 7. And Naruto-kun, why couldn't you save us? Why, Naruto, I thought you loved us. Why couldn't you save us like you did when we were little? Haku-chan. Hinata-chan. Naruto screamed as he sat up, cold sweat pouring down his face. Looking around, he noticed that he was in the study of his house. The scroll he had been working on late last night was lying where his head had just been. What the fuck was that? It felt so real, Haku-chan, Naruto thought as remembered his nightmare. Konoha was a pile of burning ruins, bodies scattered everywhere, women and children. These these beings did not deserve to be called people. The monsters were everywhere. Naruto could see his friends fighting in the background, Itachi and Zabuza back to back, working together to stop the seemingly endless tide of beings. But Naruto could tell they were slowly being overrun. It was only a matter of time. Looking to his left, Naruto could make out the shape of Kakashi and Jiraiya as they two fought together, holding themselves together a little better than Itachi and Zabuza were. But still it was just a matter of time. Look around you, boy. Your village is in ruin, your friends are dead, or will soon be. Everyone you have ever cared about will be lost forever because you didn't have the power to overcome the darkness. A cloaked figure wearing a white and red porcelain mask, watch the trailer for Darksiders 2, said calmly as he cut down another leaf shinobi. If only you had been stronger, faster, smarter, your friends wouldn't have to suffer for your faults, he said as he made his way towards the downed Haku and Hinata. Don't touch them. Your fight is with me, Naruto yelled as he ran at the cloaked figure, only to be restrained as two others came from behind him, grabbing his arms and pinning him to the ground. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, this is what happens to your loved ones when you are not strong enough to protect them, remember this well, the figure said as he grabbed a fistful of Haku's hair and roughly lifted her off the ground, slowly pulling out a kunai with his other hand, never one taking his eyes off Naruto. Remember this well, boy, he yelled as he brought the blade towards Haku's neck. Naruto cringed at the memory of what he had witnessed. Even if it was only a dream, he had never wanted to see someone he cared about be hurt, or in this case, killed. Naruto slowly stood from his seat, bones cracking and popping from the long nights spent sleeping in an uncomfortable position. Making his way over to the window, he caught a glimpse of the first rays of sun shining over the trees of Konoha. Deciding it would be a perfect morning to catch a sunset, and needing a little fresh air to clear his head, he began making his way to the main door, only to be stopped by a familiar voice that he was more than happy to hear. Naruto-kun, what are you doing up this early? You don't have to help out with the exam until later, Haku asked as she came out of the bathroom, already dressed for her day of helping with the Chunin exams. Couldn't sleep, Haku-chan, that's all. Naruto lied, hoping Haku would buy it. But you don't spend years together with someone and not know when to tell they are lying. Don't give me that, Naruto-kun. I know something is bugging you. Please tell me. Let me be there for you like you have always been for me, Haku said with a warm smile. Save us, Naruto, like you did when we were little. Why, Naruto-kun? It was only a nightmare, Haku-chan. I just need some fresh air to help me clear my head, Naruto said as he started walking again, only to be stopped by Haku's hand on his shoulder. Naruto, you are not alone anymore. You don't always have to do things by yourself. You have me, the Sandaime, Hinata, I-am, and Tuchi, and you can always talk to me when something is wrong, she said. And besides, what did I tell you about not inviting me to catch a sunset? Let's hurry before we miss it, she exclaimed as she grabbed his hand and rushed outside before he could protest. Haku-chan, not so fast, you're going to tear my arm off, jeez, Naruto said as he sat down rubbing his once again sore shoulder, making Haki giggle and roll her eyes at him. Before she looked out towards the horizon, sky painted a beautiful array of oranges, reds, yellows, and pinks, effectively mesmerizing the two teenagers. You know, this sunset is the second most beautiful thing I have seen today, Naruto said as he looked over towards the horizon. Oh yeah? And what would the first thing be, Naruto? Haku asked. Second only to my ice queen, Haku-chan, Naruto replied, making Haku blush, a color even Hinata would be proud of. My Naruto, aren't you just a charmer this morning? Haku said with a slight giggle. I guess, Naruto said with a shrug of his shoulders. It's just that the dream I had this morning made me open my eyes to a few things I don't want to miss out on. Back in Wave on the Roof, when we joked about me asking to be your girlfriend, I really did want to ask, I just couldn't find the courage. But after this morning I realized that in our line of work life is too short to not cherish the little things in life. Haku-chan, I want to ask you properly. Would you like to go out with me? Naruto asked, making Haku's eyes widen slightly as she felt the breath escape her lungs. She sat there, blank look on her face, brain trying to reboot, just looking off into the distance. At first, Naruto took her silence as a no, but then her mind kicked back into motion and she realized what he had asked. Yes. 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 I'd love to, Naruto-kun. Haku said as she jumped for joy, showing off her very rare, fangirlish side. Wait, when you say things this morning made you realize something, were you talking about the nightmare you had? Haku asked a little hesitantly. Naruto's smile faltered slightly as he heard her question. Yeah, I guess it was, he replied, then went on to tell her about his nightmare, seeing Konoha in ruins, all of his friends dead or dying, and worst of all, watching her die. I couldn't do anything to stop it, I was too weak. I couldn't do anything to save you, I watched you die, Haku-chan. I never want to see that again. Naruto choked out as the events of his dream replayed in his mind. Looking up into Haku's face, he was surprised to see a wide variety of emotions: sadness, pity, fear, and what surprised Naruto the most, disappointment. Naruto-kun, Haku said in a sweet voice, making Naruto shiver slightly. She only ever used that tone when she was about to tear him a new one. I can't believe you were going to keep that from me, Naruto. After everything we have been through together, you need to talk about these kinds of things, Naruto. Bottling stuff like that up isn't good for you. What if something bad happened during the Chunin exams today, and your mind wasn't in the right place? You could be hurt, or even killed. Then what? How do you think we would feel? Me, Hinata, Itachi-sensei, Zabuza-sensei, Karasen, Hokage-sama, how do you think all of us would feel? She said it calmly, but Naruto could tell that she was very, very close to freezing parts of his body that should never be exposed to such cold temperatures. I am sorry, Haku-chan, I just didn't want you to worry. I swear, Naruto said, trying his best to defuse the situation, but failed horribly. Sorry. You're sorry. Sorry doesn't cut it, Naruto, Haku said as she started to stand up. Where are you going, Haku-chan? Naruto asked. I need some time to myself, Naruto. I'll talk to you after my portion of the exams are done, Haku said as she disappeared into the early morning darkness. I just got her. Why does it feel that I've already lost her? Naruto thought to himself sadly. Don't worry, Naruto-kun. She is just upset. How would you feel if she was keeping things like that from you? Kyubi asked from inside his head. I don't know, I would be upset, I guess, Naruto thought, then realization hit him. Shit, I really messed up big, Hakura-chan. Yeah, you did. But don't think that this is the end of your relationship with Haku. She is just upset, that is all. She will come around eventually. Now I think you have spent enough time up here moping around. Time to get ready for your day, brat, Kyubi said as Naruto started to walk away, looking back to catch one final glimpse of the sunrise, not noticing that Haku was hiding behind a tree only a few feet from him. I'm sorry, Naruto-kun, but you have to realize that I'm here for you, that everyone is, she thought as she turned and left. Few hours later, Academy. Cacklepus, Whiskers, you there? Come in, Whiskers, over, Naruto heard Anko say over his earpiece. Why do I have to be Whiskers? Naruto asked. Sorry, Whiskers, you're breaking up. I didn't hear what you said, over. Sai said. Why do I have to be Whiskers, over? There we go. I can hear you now, Whiskers, and because I said so, now then, are you ready? Over. I can't believe you are actually making me do this, over. Aw, come on, brat, live a little, over. I'd prefer to live a lot, actually, over. Well, I guess you should try to not hang out with me as much as possible, over. I'll be sure to put that in my notebook. Don't hang out with crazy snake lady, Naruto said as he made writing motions with his hands, not that Anko could see him. Inside the classroom, Ibiki has just finished his speech about what it was meant to be a chunin when he saw two little balls flying at high speeds through the air towards the window. Damn it, Anko, you are late again. Wait, what? 2. Oh shit. Ibiki thought as the two balls crashed through the window, covering the entire front of the classroom in smoke. When the smoke cleared, there was a large poster hanging from the ceiling. It read Super Sexy Proctor Anko Madarashi, and Semi-Sexy Proctor Whiskers. Then in small print at the bottom it said, I'm not a pedo. I'm just staking my claim to Whiskers. If you have any problems with that, please write it on a piece of poison ivy and shove it up your ass, hee. Which made Ibiki's sweat drop as he was the only one who wasn't stunned enough to not be able to read the fine print. Anko-san, I think we broke them all, Naruto said with a smirk as he looked out over the classroom, smirk faltering slightly as he saw Haku in the back glaring at Anko. Naruto was confused. Looking towards Anko, he saw the sign, more specifically what it said about him, and what it said at the bottom, which made his gulp slightly. Oh man, this has to be the worst first day of dating ever, Naruto thought with a frown, making Kyubi giggle slightly inside his head. Listen up, brats. My name is Anko Madarashi, and this strapping young blonde lad is Whiskers, also known as Naruto, and we are the proctors for the second part of the Chunin exams. Anko yelled, then looking out over the class she realized that there were still a lot of teams left. Hey brats, looks like we are going with your idea. Tell your clones to set the traps, then get these genins moving, Anko said as she disappeared in a puff of smoke. Damn it, why does it have to be me? This was your job first. Fuck it. Get your sorry asses to training ground 44. You have 15 minutes. Anyone who is not there in that time gets their team disqualified, Naruto yelled as he jumped out the window. -10 minutes later, Forest of Death. So Naruto, are your traps all set up? Anko asked as he arrived to the designated meeting area. Yeah, the last of them just dispelled. All the traps are rigged and ready to go, Naruto replied. Alright, do you want to explain the rules of the second exam to them or should I? Anko asked. Well, seemingly as this was technically your job first, and the fact that you left me behind at the academy to talk to them, I'll let you handle this one, Naruto said with a smirk as he sat down with his back against the tree. What was the big idea, Naruto Baka? Giving us 15 minutes to get here? Sakura yelled as Team 7 entered the clearing. Sakura, if you couldn't make it from the academy to here in less than 15 minutes, you wouldn't have what it takes to be a Chunin, and your whole team would have been disqualified because you lacked the motivation to train properly. Naruto said. MHMPH, whatever Baka, I bet this test is way harder than the one you got. Sakura said back smugly. Heh, well, you're willing to take the test if you want. I mean, getting tested by 1A rank missing Nin, an S rank missing Nin, and the Hokage himself is nothing at all compared to what I have planned for you guys, Naruto said. Then realizing the rest of the teams were slowly starting to arrive, he stood up and made his way back over to Anko. Heh, look at that, big bad Namikaze. Naruto can't even handle the Chunin exam and has to help out. See Hinata, I'm way better than that loser, Kiba boasted as Team 8 arrived, only to stop dead in his tracks as a kunai flew past his face, slightly cutting his cheek. My little genin, you should learn to respect your superiors, Anko said as she appeared behind him, licking the blood off his cheek, only to spit it out. Your blood is disgusting, Whisker-chan's is way better. Anko said. Wait, Chan? What the fuck, Anko, he is only 12. I never disrespected you, Proctor-san, I only made fun of Naruto. Kiba replied, shivering slightly at Anko's touch. I know that, Anko said with a smirk, then disappeared back behind Naruto. So, you still want me to? Or should you instill fear into these young minds? She asked playfully, making Naruto roll his eyes. You have a great way of talking your way out of shit, Anko-san, Naruto said as he stepped forward. Alright, Genin, I am Chunin Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, and I, along with the help of Anko, came up with the second portion of the Chunin exams, Naruto said, smirking at Kiba while winking at Hinata, earning a slight blush and a low growl. I designed this portion of the exam to follow up on the first part, information gathering. In this forest are 10 scrolls, each are guarded by an array of traps that I laid myself, Naruto explained, making most of the Genin present gulp, suddenly rethinking about entering. This test is mainly designed to test your skill at gathering information from heavily guarded zones, while making it back to the extraction point, aka the giant tower in the middle, while having to keep an eye out for enemy shinobi. The reason that there are only 10 scrolls is because there are too many of you to pass to the next round. We had to come up with a test that would effectively reduce your numbers, if not cut them in half, Naruto explained, once again making the Genin sweat. This test was putting a lot of pressure on all of them. It was only a matter of time till some broke, while the stronger ones would move forward. Before entering, I need you all to sign these waivers stating that should death occur, Konoha will not be held responsible, Naruto said as he made a few shadow clones to hand out the forms. What could be in that forest that could possibly kill us? Sakura asked, making most of the Genin around her sweat drop. You mean aside from other shinobi, giant tigers, blood-sucking leeches, and various other large and dangerous animals, right? But I don't want to ruin it for everyone. You will just have to find out for yourself, Naruto said with a smirk, making Sakura and a few other Genin pale slightly. After all the Genin had signed the forms, they were each sent to different gates spread out around the forest. Hina-chan, before you leave, I just want to say be careful. I wouldn't want you getting hurt because of a test that I developed. Remember the wave mission and what I taught you, alright? I'm not supposed to do this, but if you pass this test I'll take you on a date and do whatever you want, Naruto said as he pulled Hinata aside quickly, earning a dumb nod from a severely blushing girl. What was that about, Whisker-chan? Anko asked. What the hell, again? Just a little incentive to pass the second part of the test. Nothing to worry about, Anko-chan, Naruto said, putting extra emphasis on the chan suffix. Alright everyone, you have a total of 5 days to make it to the tower in the center of the forest. If all the scrolls are collected before the 5 days is up, we will send in teams of Jounin/ANBU to get the remaining teams. From there you can either decide to stay and watch the tournament final, or go back to your respective villages, Naruto explained. Begin! He yelled as all the gates opened, and the Genin rushed into the forest. Half an hour after the Genin entered the forest, a team of ANBU appeared in front of Naruto and Anko. Anko-san, Namikaze-sama, we found something that you have to take a look at, the ANBU said. Oh, I haven't even heard anyone scream yet, Anko whined, and as if on cue, shouts and screams could be heard coming from the forest. Okay, that's better, lead the way, Anko said, mood suddenly taking a turn for the better, making both the ANBU and Naruto sweat drop before they all disappeared in a shunshin, reappearing a few kilometers away. That is what you need to see, the ANBU said, pointing at 3 mutilated figures in the grass, faces gone, making both Anko's and Naruto's eyes widen. Oh shit! They both said at the same time. What is it? The ANBU asked. Get word to the Hokage immediately. Tell him to recall Itachi-sensei and Zabuza-sensei. An SS-ranked criminal has slipped into Konoha and is in the Chunin exams, Naruto said urgently. Sensing the urgency in the young Namikaze's voice, the ANBU bowed and left via Shunshin, leaving Naruto and Anko alone in the clearing. After all these years, he is finally back, and just as I had hoped that I could get rid of this mark, it's like he is taunting me, Anko said in a low voice. Anko-chan, I promise if I can remove that mark I will. Whether he is here or not is not the issue right now, it's what I believe he is after, Naruto explained. What do you mean, Naruto? What could he possibly want in Konoha? Anko asked. The Sharingan. Itachi-sensei once told me that Orochimaru tried to take over his body when they were sent alone on a mission. Orochimaru is power-hungry, he wants to learn every jutsu in existence, and the best way for him to do that would be having the Sharingan. But because he is not an Uchiha, he was not born with it. He developed a jutsu that allows him to leave his body and take over someone else's for up to 3 years. In essence, he has found a way to become immortal. Naruto said, making Anko gasp. Sasuke, that's what he is after. Anko said as she realized what her former teacher was here for. Yes, basically, Itachi was too strong-willed for Orochimaru to take over when he tried, but Sasuke is like Orochimaru in the sense that they both long for power. If Orochimaru was to offer him power, or say, put a curse seal on Sasuke, Sasuke would most likely leave the village in an attempt to find Orochimaru, Naruto said, making Anko nod her head in understanding. We have to find him then. Anko said. Yes, but I am not strong enough to fight him for that long. I need you to find and stall him until Anbu arrive, or another Jounin. I will search for Sasuke. If he has already received the curse mark, I can do my best to seal the evil chakra away, but my guess is that it will be a more advanced version than yours, Naruto said as he prepared to enter the forest. Be safe, Naruto-kun, I'll do my best to stall Orochimaru, Anko said as she took off in the other direction. The next day, Naruto had been looking for Sasuke and Team 7 with no little to no luck. As soon as he thought he had found their trail, it would end or split off in different directions, making it very hard to track them. Well, at least their evasion skills are alright, Naruto thought, and then stopped suddenly when he felt a spike of vile chakra a few kilometers to the north. That's the curse mark. I have to hurry, Naruto thought as he quickened his pace. Arriving at a clearing a few minutes later, Naruto saw teams 10, 8, and 7 looking worriedly at Sasuke as he fought a genin from a village Naruto didn't recognize. This feeling is different than Anko-chan's. What do you think, Kurachan? Naruto asked. I think that you were right when you said this curse mark would be more advances. Anko's must have just been a test run for something like this. In all my years on this earth I have only ever felt chakra this evil on a few occasions. Be careful, Naruto-kun. If he attacks you, please let me help. Without his curse mark Sasuke would be no match for you. But the mark is like using my chakra. I might also be able to force small doses of Yukai, demon chakra, into the seal to reverse the flow long enough for you to seal it off. If that doesn't work, just knock that bastard out, Kurama said. I personally like your second idea better, but I'll ask for help if it comes down to a fight. I promise, Kurachan, Naruto said, just in time to watch as Sasuke broke both of the arms of the genin he was fighting, then turned towards a girl that Naruto could tell was unconscious. Damn it, Sasuke, if you are going to do what I think you are going to, I'll be forced to step in. Even if it's the Chunin exams, I can't let this happen, Naruto thought as he prepared to intervene, but noticed that Sasuke had stopped. Good, I didn't want to have to wait. Naruto thought as Sasuke turned to the tree he was standing in. I know you are there, Dobe. Get down here and let me show you what true power feels like, Sasuke screamed, making the others wonder if he had finally lost his mind, only to see Naruto appear in between them and Sasuke. Naruto-kun! Hinata yelled. Stay back, Hinata-chan, same goes for the rest of you. Sasuke, calm down, I'm not here to fight you. I need to put a restraining seal on your neck till I can figure out if I can remove that mark, or not. Naruto exclaimed. Why? Why would I want this power sealed off? Now I can finally kill you, that bastard Itachi, and your stupid ice bitch. Sasuke said. That power is false, Sasuke, you have to fight it. Don't make me fight you. It will not end well. Naruto tried to reason, but it fell on deaf ears as Sasuke began to make hand signs. Katan, Grande Fireball Jutsu. Sasuke yelled as he shot a black fireball towards Naruto. Shit! Everyone take cover. Naruto yelled as he too began to make hand signs. Suiton, Water Wall Jutsu. Naruto yelled, but because there was little water, the wall was not as strong as it should have been, and the black fire went right through it, exploding on impact, sending Naruto flying into a nearby tree. Naruto-kun! Hinata and Ino yelled as they tried to rush forward to aid the blonde, only to be held back by their teammates. Stop, Hinata/Ino. You can't help him, we need to get out of here, Shikamaru and Kiba said as they held back their respective teammates before they felt a large spike of evil chakra coming from where Naruto just was. Sasuke, I didn't want to have to do this to you because Itachi-sensei thinks that somehow you can be saved, but I have to stop this before it gets out of hand and people die, Naruto said as he came out of the bush, a red cloak of chakra surrounding his body, a single tail flowing behind him. What kind of sea chakra is that? Sakura stammered out, frightened by the power that both the people in front of her had. Sensing discomfort coming from the genin, Naruto slightly turned to address them. Please, I will not hurt you guys. I'm here because Sasuke has been infected by what is called a curse mark. I can't go into too much detail right now, but there is a time and place that I will explain everything, I promise. Naruto said, looking directly at Hinata and Ino for the last part. Sasuke, stop this now. If you force me to fight you, I will not hesitate to kill you if I have to keep those precious to me safe. Shut up and fight, Dobe. This power you have is no match for me. I'm an elite. An Uchiha. Sasuke said as he charged Naruto. Naruto sighed as he took out his swords, prepared for anything the Uchiha might send at him. I have to be careful. Now that Sasuke has his Sharingan, he will be able to read my moves, Karachan. I might need two tails to make me fast enough that he won't be able to read my movements. I don't want to drag this out for longer than it has to. Naruto though, and he could feel more of Kyuubi's Yukai flowing through his chakra coils as a second chakra tail emerged from behind him. Another one. What is he? Sakura yelled. I don't know, but I know that that is Naruto-kun, Hinata said. Naruto stayed in a defensive stance as Sasuke closed the distance between them, throwing a swift kick at Naruto's head. His eyes widened slightly when Naruto blocked it with his hand. Not stopping there, Sasuke did a flip in midair, hoping to land his heel to the back of Naruto's head, but was surprised again when Naruto simply moved out of the way. Is this all you've got, Sasuke? Naruto yelled as he grabbed Sasuke's leg and slammed him into the ground, making a small dent in the earth. Standing on shaky legs, Sasuke began to go through hand signs again. Katan, Phoenix Flower Jutsu. Sasuke yelled as multiple little fireballs shot out of his mouth towards Naruto. Damn it, Sasuke! Are you trying to kill the others? Naruto yelled as he created a wall of earth to block the fire missiles. If they get in the way, it's their own fault. Sasuke yelled as he ran at Naruto once again to engage in a taijutsu match. Tired of games, and not wanting the others to get involved, Naruto went on the offensive, matching Sasuke kick for kick, punch for punch, waiting for the right moment to counter. He didn't have to wait long, as Sasuke's frustration was starting to cloud his judgment, leaving small openings. But that is all Naruto needed, as he grabbed Sasuke's arm and brought his free hand up, smashing Sasuke's shoulder joint as he dislocated it. Ah! Sasuke yelled in pain, but Naruto didn't stop there, smashing the pommel of Dragon's Bane into Sasuke's back, making him scream out in pain again. Get up, Uchiha. Show me this power that you are talking about. Naruto yelled, waiting for Sasuke to stand again. Okay, Karachan, I want you to push a little of your Yukai into Sasuke each time I hit him. Try and reverse the effects of the curse seal long enough for me to temporarily seal it, Naruto thought as he ran at Sasuke again, not giving him a lot of time to recuperate after Naruto's last beating. Naruto could feel the Yukai leaving his body every time he landed a hit on Sasuke. He could tell it was working. Sasuke was starting to get slower, and the curse mark had started to recede slightly. Just a little more, Karachan, Naruto thought as he sent another flurry of punches and kicks at Sasuke, who was trying his best to block. Naruto pushed as much Yukai into his hand as he felt Sasuke could handle without killing him, and sent a punch to his gut, raising him off the ground slightly. Naruto saw that the curse mark was starting to recede and he started to disperse his chakra cloak, walking over to Sasuke, still a little wary that the influence of the mark might still be present, then noticed that Sasuke was knocked out. Sighing in relief, Naruto called the others out to him, and after making sure everyone was alright, and reassuring Ino and Hinata that he was okay, he turned to Sakura and asked for an explanation. I am not sure. 1 minute we were looking for a scroll, and then we were all separated by a large gust of wind. When I found Sasuke, he was fighting a ninja from Grass Village. But it wasn't a regular genin. He said his name was Orochimaru, before he bit Sasuke on the neck, leaving that mark. Sakura said. Did he say what he wanted? Naruto asked. No, he just said that Sasuke would search him out for power. Naruto, what's going on? Sakura said. Orochimaru is an SS-class criminal from Konoha. He is also one of the 3 Sannin. In the past he tried to take over Sasuke's older brother's body so that he would have the Sharingan so he could copy every jutsu in the world, but he failed, and is now after Sasuke because he is weaker than his brother Itachi. Naruto explained. I have to put a temporary seal on Sasuke. I will take a look at it later to see if I can remove it, but I have someone else I have to help before that, Naruto said as he turned back to Sasuke. Rolling Sasuke over and taking out a pen and ink, Naruto started to draw a seal on Sasuke's neck while the others just watched, entranced by the elegant strokes Naruto was making with his pen. Fuinjutsu, Fujihouen. Evil sealing method, Naruto yelled. The black ink on Sasuke's neck glowed brightly for a few seconds before the light disappeared, leaving a tattoo-like mark on the back of his neck. Naruto-kun, what was that? Hinata asked, intrigued by what Naruto just did. It reminded her a little of the seal her family used. It was a Fuinjutsu designed by my sensei, Jiraiya of the Sannin, to counteract seals like Orochimaru's curse seal. It is only temporary. During the break between now and the third parts of the exams I will take a look at Sasuke's mark and see if I can permanently remove it, Naruto explained, and then turned to the 3 genin that Sasuke had been fighting earlier. Now then, who are you guys? Naruto asked. Please, we cannot beat you, let us leave. The genin that was fully wrapped in bandages said. Naruto, these 3 are working for Orochimaru, they said they were sent to kill Sasuke. Sakura said. I see, I cannot let you go free then, you 3 will be coming with me. Naruto said, looking at the girl. He could see something in her eyes. It reminded him of how he used to be, alone. She is just like me, she might be the easiest to get information out of, Naruto thought to himself. The girl started to walk forward, but was stopped by her teammate as he smacked the back of her head, making her fall to the ground. Kin! You stupid bitch, what are you doing? The mummy yelled. Dosu, I don't want to be a tool for Orochimaru anymore. He sent us here knowing that Sasuke had the curse mark. I don't want a leader who sends his own people to their deaths, Kin replied, making Naruto narrow his eyes at the way she was treated by her own team. Actually, Naruto started, it turns out that I only need one of you, the girl will be good enough. Naruto said as he started walking towards Dosu and the other one. Dosu, what do? We can't fight him in the condition we are in now, and we don't have time to knock Kin out and take her with us. Fuck, you are right, Zaku, we are leaving, we will deal with Kin later. Dosu said to the now identified Zaku, before they backed up out of the clearing, leaving Kin by herself. Please don't hurt me, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. She pleaded. I was never going to hurt you. I used to be just like you. Naruto explained, making Kin widen her eyes slightly. I was alone at one point as well, and then I found people who cared about me for who I was. If you give us information on what Orochimaru wants, I could keep you here under my clan's protection. You won't have to go back to him. Naruto said with a warm smile. Ah, really? Why you would do that for me? Kin asked, a little skeptical about the blonde's offer. Of course, everyone deserves a second chance at life. I'm offering you yours, Naruto said as he held his hand out to help the girl up. She hesitated at first, but grabbed his hand and let him help her up. Alright, I'll help you, she said. Thank you. I promise that you will be safe as long as you are with me. Now then, we need to leave and talk to the Hokage. I'm sorry, Hinata-chan, for what you saw earlier. I'll explain it to you later, I promise, Naruto said before he disappeared in a shunshin, leaving the three teams alone in the clearing. What if Hokage Naruto find 4th Hokage clan legacy? And thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoy this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel, and leave a like if you guys need the next part. Comment down, and thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next video.